Red Sox home at Red Wilson Field for the final time of the 2018 regular season, wrapping up the campaign with a home-and-home series against the Hyannis Harborhawks. Hello and welcome to South Yarmouth. Alongside TJ Matthewson, I'm Dana Gray. Thanks so much for tuning in as you have all season long the final game here at home for YD. Just finished up the host family ceremony. Very fun to see all the Red Sox players with their host mom and dads for the season, and now we get to play a little bit of baseball. And last night, TJ, the Red Sox came out with their third shutout of the summer, a 2-zip victory over the Orleans Firebirds. Didn't really need the offense when the pitching was firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, it was a bullpen effort. We saw Tommy Henry out on the mound, comes out after 2 innings, and then Ingebrigtsen, Brent Herter, Braden Fink, and then Ryan Nelson, as he's done all season, in there to close it out. They were a dominant bunch, only 3 hits allowed in the whole 9-inning contest. And as a reward for the third time, got to take some pitchers BP before regular BP today. Always fun for that.
The Red Sox picking up points number 56 and 57 and taking a stranglehold on the regular season series over the Firebirds, hoping to take the season series today against the Harborhawks. First pitch just about 10 minutes away. But before we get to that, our third member of the broadcast crew, Brandon Pelter, sat down with Noah Campbell, the leader in batting average across the Cape, to get his take on what's been a spectacular summer for him.
Welcome back to the Red Sox pregame show, now joined by Noah Campbell. And Noah, hovering around the 400 mark this season, you're leading the league in average. You're top 5 in both home runs and RBI as well. Did you expect that coming out to the Cape?
Well, I expected to come out here and do pretty well. I mean, I felt like after a college season playing in the SEC, they say it's like some of the best baseball in the country. I felt like coming out here wouldn't be too much of a difference, and getting a little more experience playing this year, I felt like I'd have a pretty good summer. But I mean, to hit the way I'm hitting right now has been a little bit of a surprise, yeah.
How much more comfortable have you gotten in the middle infield position where you've been stationed most of the season?
I've gotten a lot more comfortable. Coming in and working just about every day on getting better on the infield has been really helpful for me, and just getting in-game reps has been really good.
Red Sox offense in total has been one of the best across the entire Cape all season. What makes you guys so good?
I just think we have a really good approach, and we just have a lot of good hitters. I mean, we got guys from all over the country, and all of them, we got some of the best hitters from every team, and it really shows every game.
And finally, seeing the pitchers take BP again today. Who's the top hitting pitcher?
It kind of varies. I mean, I gotta go with Ryan Nelson though, just because he hit this year for Oregon. But I mean, I had to go with him. Yeah.
Noah, thanks for the time. When we return, lineups, first pitch, and more.
Back up in the booth at Red Wilson Field, minutes away from first pitch between the Red Sox and the Harborhawks, the final regular season home game for YD here at Red Wilson Field. Dana Gray, TJ Matthewson with you. TJ, Chandler Fidel getting the ball today for the Red Sox, making a start. It's a bizarre situation down the stretch, especially with home field advantage for the entire playoffs locked up. So the pitching staff is just a mentality of trying to get as many arms in there before we start up on Saturday.
Just trying to keep everyone sharp. We saw the first of the bullpen days here winding down the season yesterday. I believe it was 5 different pitchers for the Red Sox. So we're going to see more of the same thing today. Fidel has started a game on the summer. That was way back first weekend of the season. Game 1 of that first doubleheader against Katuitt. Went 4 innings, gave up 4 runs on 4 hits, struck out 6, and walked 1. The guy's been rock solid out of the bullpen, though, an ERA at 2.81, and has struck out 24 in 16 innings for a YD bullpen. That's really been a strength this summer, and, you know, going with the bullpen, start really seeing no drop-off in terms of this YD staff efficiency because they've all been so good.
And you'd have to think that we'd see a similar grouping as of last night, just with different starters, with Tommy Henry going 2 full, Gordon Ingebrigtsen going 3 innings, Brent Herter threw a couple frames, Braden Fink with 1, Ryan Nelson in to shut the door and collect another save, and most likely seeing a similar scenario today with Chandler Fidel getting the ball for the Red Sox, taking on the Harborhawks, the third of 4 meetings of 2018, and we'll get you the starting lineups for the Harborhawks on just the other side. We'll pause for the national anthem here at Red Wilson Field in front of the Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks. Beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner here at Red Wilson Field on a cloudy Wednesday afternoon in South Yarmouth. The Red Sox and the Harbor Hawks doing battle for the first time in 2 days. And let's meet that Harbor Hawks lineup that will be going up against Chandler Fidel. Leading things off, the shortstop, Davis Wenzel. Tommy Jew bats second out in center field today. Matthew Barefoot, a .371 clip, 26 RBIs. He leads the group for the Harbor Hawks and is out in left field batting third. Tot Lott and his 6 home runs bat fourth, the designated hitter. Seth Gray bats fifth. Over at third base, the first baseman, Pedro Pages, bats sixth. Eric Rivera, the right fielder, bats seventh. Taylor Garris in the 8-hole tonight and playing second base. And rounding out the lineup, Brady Lindsley, the catcher tonight, and batting ninth. Facing Chandler Fidel, making start number 2 as the Red Sox hope for points 58 and 59. It's been quite some time, almost a decade, since the Red Sox reached that numerical number in points, TJ.
Yeah, 57 points back in 2009, and you look back across the history of the Cape League, not too many teams, which Whitey is on pace for at the moment, on pace for 60 points. In 2015, the Orleans Firebirds, what a squad that was, put up 63 points in the regular season, ended up getting upset by the Red Sox in those 2015 playoffs, which led to Whitey's second straight championship and second of 3 in 3 years. So for the Red Sox, it's been one hell of a regular season they've had.
And you just never know come postseason time what's going to happen, especially with the format that it is. You only need to win 6 games to win a Cape League championship. And we saw it last year with the Brewster Whitecaps coming in as that 3 seed. They took on the Red Sox in the first round. They surely were not the favorites. Stunned Whitey at home in 3 games. Went on to beat the best team across the Cape in the regular season in the Orleans Firebirds, and then took down the Braves in the championship. So anything can happen.
It's all these teams are so talented, and it just takes a bunch of guys that finally get hot and cohesive together at the same time, playing well for just 6 ball games, and that will take you home a championship.
Just about ready for first pitch, 4:30. Wind gusting out towards left center, as we so often see it do here in South Yarmouth, is Fidel. The lefty readies the first pitch to Wenzel into the motions, fires a first pitch strike, and we're underway in South Yarmouth. Final regular season game at home for the Red Sox, place where they've recorded 14 victories. 0-1. Curveball that catches the inner third for a strike, quickly 0-2. 14-4-3, the home record for the Red Sox. Second to only these Harbor Hawks. They're 15-6 at home. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Fidel. A waist fastball that Wenzel lays off of. A ball and 2 strikes. On the shortstop tonight for Hyannis. Batting .250. 14 runs batted in. And 3 homers as well. Fidel from the windup. 1-2 pitch. Curveball lofted out into center field. DeLuca takes a couple of steps to his left, ranges under it, and snags it for the first out of the inning. Let's meet that YD defense. In the outfield, Quinn Cotton, Johnny DeLuca, and Brad Beasley out in right. To the infield, Luke Waddell at third base tonight. Christian Koss back at his familiar spot at short. Noah Campbell playing second base. Andrew Dashbach, after getting the night off for most of it at Eldridge yesterday, he's over at first base. And Vito Freesia getting the start, catching the balls and strikes from Fidel, the lefty from Arkansas Little Rock. First pitch to Tommy Jew is swung on and missed. And TJ, mostly from Fidel, it's that sweeping curve and then just exchanging some fastball if he can place it. But when he has that 12-6 curveball working, it's usually a good sign. 0-1 is driven out into left field in front of Cotton, drops in for a base hit. One out single for Tommy Drew, and the Harbor Hawks have their first base runner of the ballgame.
And he has such good command of that pitch. He's comfortable throwing it in almost any count, whether he's backdooring a right-handed hitter or front-dooring a left-handed hitter, or he throws it when he's behind, throws it when he's ahead, can bury it, locate it anywhere. It's just so cool to be able to watch him throw that pitch. He loves it so much, he uses it a ton.
One away, Jew off of first, and Matthew Barefoot batting from the right side. First pitch, a fastball away. Can you understand why you'd start him off like that? He's batting .371. 26 runs batted in, 3 homers. Definitely a candidate for an MVP spot. 1-0 pitch. There's the curveball, and it's on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. Fidel's one of those guys that can be really, really good the first time around facing a lineup. But once guys can kind of see that motion and the breaking ball, that's where he runs into trouble. But expected to not go too far into this start anyway. We just saw Tommy Henry, the lefty, yesterday. He only pitched 2 innings. 2 perfect, though. No hits and 2 strikeouts. 1-1 count on Barefoot. No score. The pitch. Curveball missing low in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike on Barefoot. It's the race for last place in the East. Brewster and Orleans fighting it out. Hoping to play these YD Red Sox as Fidel throws over and the pitch misses well away from Dashbach, the pitch to first. That's the easiest bake that Tommy Jew will ever take. Dashbach didn't even make a play for it. Just bizarre stuff from Fidel. It seemed like at first maybe he didn't want to throw over and then decided a little bit late and maybe the ball slipped out of his hands. But a base runner in scoring position now for the Harbor Hawks. It's Jew at second. 1 away in the top of the first. 0-0. Matthew Barefoot at the plate, a 2-1 count. Fidel Stets from the stretch and deals. This one off the bat of Barefoot. Charges down the line. Fielded by Fidel, and he botched it right in the infield grass. Everybody's safe. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Fidel trying to make the play, and ball just slipped out of his hands for the second time in about a minute.
That ball hit so softly that the only chance Fidel was going to have at a play at first base is pick it up with the bare hand, and he misses it the first time. No chance to get Barefoot going down that first base line.
Bare hand play on Barefoot doesn't work, and it's runners at the corners with 1 out. Cleanup hitter Todd Lott digging in. 6 big flies. First pitch takes low. Freesia out to block it and puts it all the way into play. Goes and retrieves it. He's hit one of those homer back against the Red Sox at McKeon Park.
On 4th of July, one of the few fireworks we saw that night.
7-2 victory for the Red Sox. Another toss over. This one into the glove of Dashbach, and Barefoot back in, sliding safely. Hyannis in their road blue and orange uniforms with the orange lettering and numbers. White pants for everybody. 1-0 pitch from Fidel. There's the curve. There's a strike. Count moves to 1-1. Wenzel flew out to deep center to begin the inning. Jew singled to left. He's at third now. Barefoot is advanced on the E1 with 1 away. 1-1 offering. Waved at and missed. Could see the motion going north to south on that breaking ball from Fidel. And Lott now in a hole, a ball and 2 strikes.
Fielders Koss and Campbell both shaded up the middle, playing for that double play.
Chandler steps off, throws over, back in safely. Lefty staring right over at first base. With Barefoot getting his lead, regains it. Dashbach holding him on. Trying to limit his approach. 1-2, another curveball. Freesia moves left to right and blocks it. Barefoot thought about going, thinks better. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. No score from Red Wilson in meeting 3 of 4 between Whitey and Hyannis. Fidel gets the signs from Freesia. Glances over at first and deals the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. First punch out for Fidel comes in the top of the first. There's 2 outs. Lott fans. And now it's Seth Gray's turn to make good with first and third. Just 1 more out to go for Fidel.
Goes back to that breaking ball and just aims it at the back foot of Lott. Hits his spot and gets the righty to swing right over the top of it. That one just disappeared, diving towards the dirt.
Lefty on lefty matchup now. With 2 away, the first pitch. Fastball is lined into the gap out in right center field. Coming in with ease is Jew. He'll touch home. Rounding first and going for second is Gray. He's in there standing with an RBI double. And the Harbor Hawks take a 1-0 lead in the first inning.
Well, that's a guy, Seth Gray, had an idea what he wanted to get on that first pitch. If he got it, he was going to swing at it. Got that fastball, middle, and just lines it out over Noah Campbell into the gap. And that brings across the first Harbor Hawks run.
Barefoot scoots all the way over to third base. Gray now at second. 2 runners in scoring position. 1-0 lead for Hyannis. And the 6-man Pedro Pages to dig in from the right side. As Fidel looks to minimize the damage here in the top of the first inning. Lefty from Arkansas, Little Rock, set to the belt and deals curveball inside, missing for ball 1. Way things are set right now, Red Sox have locked up the top spot in the East, top spot across the Cape. They'll have home field advantage throughout the entirety of the 2018 playoffs, however far they go. 1-0 pitch. Another curveball, this one at the shoelaces. 2 balls, no strikes to Pages. It's that 5th spot in both the East and the West that doesn't get to join the fun. Bourne already out of the West. We'll see what happens with Orleans and Brewster. 2-0, taken down the middle. Freesia airmails the throw over the head of Waddell. Barefoot will chug home. Advancing over to third is Gray. Costly error from the Hofstra catcher, and it's 2-0 Hyannis here in the top of the first.
Well, that one just looked like maybe a called back pick to third, and the ball must have just slipped out of the hands of Freesia as that one just sailed way over the head of Waddell at third base. No chance for that one.
Big mistake here. Pitch was a strike. 2-1. Off speed and missing inside. 3 balls and a strike. Rough first inning for Chandler Fidel, making just his 2nd start on the summer. Just 2 hits. Both liners into the gap. 3-1. Goes with a fastball and collects the strike on the outer third. First full count of the inning. With 2 away and a runner on third, it's Seth Gray. 2 runs already in to score as Jew and Barefoot have touched home. Into the motions, payoff pitch. Curveball lined right off the foot of Seth Gray. And he's down on the line. Seems to be okay. That was a called a foul ball before it made contact with Gray. So he'll get to stay on third base. And that was absolutely smoked off the bat of Pages. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, and they always teach you leading off of third base, you got to stay in foul territory, because if that ball hits you and you're in fair territory, you're out. And that would have been out number 3, but manages to stay in foul territory. It's just strike 2.
Another chance for Fidel. Hoping for strikeout number 2 of the inning. The pitch. Curveball painted outer third, called strike 3. Pages fans, Fidel picks up K number 2 of the first inning, but the Harbor Hawks strike for 2 runs of their own. Red Sox coming up to bat in the bottom of the first inning, looking to respond. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Harbor Hawks draw first blood in the top of the first. They lead it 2-0 as we go to the home half of the frame at Red Wilson. Red Sox coming up to bat. Leading things off, it'll be the center fielder Johnny DeLuca, followed up by the right fielder Brad Beasley. Noah Campbell, the second baseman, bats third with that .394 average. Andrew Dashbach back in the starting lineup, bats fourth, playing first base. The catcher Vito Freesia in the 5-hole tonight. Quinn Cotton down to the 6th spot out in left field. Christian Koch, the shortstop, bats 7th. Zach Zubius bats 8th. And the designated hitter tonight, and rounding out the order, Luke Waddell is over at the hot corner and batting 9th. Joe Quintal out on the bump. The sophomore from Fordham making just his first start, only his second appearance in a Harbor Hawks uniform, and the first one, TJ, didn't go so well.
Yeah, an inflated ERA at 27. That just threw just one inning back on July 28th versus the Chatham Anglers. 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He struck out 2 and walked 1. He's looking for a bounce back here today. This past spring at Fordham, 16 games, started one of them, a 1-0 record, an ERA just over 3.
DeLuca walks over to home plate to kick off the bottom of the first inning. Harbor Hawks lead it 2-0. Tommy Jew scoring along with Matthew Barefoot. Seth Gray's RBI double, the big hit in the first inning. Roughing up Chandler Fidel a bit, though he did strike out Pedro Pages with a runner on third to minimize the damage. Righty on lefty matchup to begin the bottom half of the inning. DeLuca at the plate, first pitch. Off speed, falls into the zone for a strike. .292 hitter for Johnny. 18 runs batted in. 1 homer coming back against the Gatemen. That doubleheader in June. 0-1 offering, fastball scoots DeLuca back out of the box. Ball and a strike on the Oregon Duck. Quintal into the motions, deals. This one grounded right back up the middle off the glove of Quintal, fielded by the shortstop Wenzel, and the throw gets away from Pages. Johnny DeLuca aboard. Interesting to see how that one's ruled. They'll call it a hit, and it's the 400th of the summer for the Red Sox. Goes to Johnny DeLuca, and a leadoff base runner for YD here in the bottom of the first.
Looked like Quintal might have got a piece of that as that ball grounded right past him. If he didn't get a piece of that, I thought that might scoot into center field, but he knocked it down just enough for Wenzel to get over in the hole and try and make a play on it, but DeLuca too much speed going down the line.
No outs in the bottom of the first. 2-0 lead for Hyannis, and DeLuca off of first base. He has to slide back in. Beasley at the plate, batting .375, 18 runs batted in. His 1 homer came in a doubleheader as well. Weekend before, though, Father's Day, that was at Lowell Park against Catuit. First pitch, breaking ball, that plunks Beasley right on the shoulder. Shirley didn't try to move out of the way. He saw that pitch was maybe coming in at 70 miles per hour, and he wore it. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox here in the first.
The last thing you want to do against these Red Sox, especially here at home, is give them more free base runners, a team that absolutely just rakes at home.
Speaking of guys raking, Noah Campbell digs in, batting .394, 26 runs batted in. 6 homers to lead the Red Sox. He's been on an absolute tear lately. Batting from the left side against the righty Quintal. First pitch, fastball that's looped out into shallow left field. Coming in is Barefoot. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. First pitch swinging for Campbell, and there's one away for Andrew Dashbach.
Well, no, trying to be aggressive right there, but just did not get all that great contact on it. Looked like off the fists. Resulted in just a weak fly ball.
Dashbach didn't get the start yesterday. Came in late against the Firebirds. Just got that one plate appearance, and he struck out. DeLuca off of second. He singled to begin the bottom of the first. Beasley off of first. He was hit by a pitch. Initial offering to Dashbach. He swings and grounds it at the third baseman. Gray touches the bag, throws across the diamond. In time, double play turned by the Hyannis infield to send down the Red Sox in the first inning. 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Fidel back out for his second inning of work as we enter the top of the second at Red Wilson Field. 2-0 lead for Hyannis. Got to Chandler early on. Just 2 hits, but the costly E1 that allowed Barefoot to reach extended that inning a bit, and 2 runs came across for Hyannis. Red Sox threatening in the bottom of the first. Can't push any across the board. Nice double play turned by Seth Gray to end the first inning, 5-3 in the scorebook, and Hyannis comes to bat for the second time today. 23-16-3 record entering the ball game. 8-10-3 on the road. Not divine, but serviceable. And they're second place in the West with 49 points, just 1 shy off the lead of the Wareham Gatemen. Gateman had been out in front in the West for pretty much the entirety of the season. Those whole standings very close. First pitch on the way to Rivera, a called strike right down the middle. Right fielder for Hyannis, batting .231, 11 runs batted in. Inside out stance, Fidel from the windup. 0-1 pitch is driven right back up the middle, falls in front of DeLuca. Leadoff single for Eric Rivera. The Harbor Hawks pick up right where they left off.
And now that's 4 hits against Chandler Fidel and working here in the second inning. And Rivera just gets a fastball where he likes it and just lines it right back up the middle, drops into center field for a base hit.
That'll bring up Taylor Garris, second baseman tonight for Hyannis. Batting in the top of the second with no outs, runner on first. Fidel into the motions, goes with the curveball, and it's in the dirt. Freesia to block it in front. They'll appeal down the first base line, and Tom Carey pulls up his fist. Did, in fact, go around. It's Carey over at first base. Mark Delaney, umpire working between second and third, and John Leeds behind home plate, deciding the balls and strikes. Fidel, the lefty, deals 0-1. Another curveball in the dirt. No offering from Garris, and the count moves to a ball and a strike. Hyannis, great club when they score first. 15-4 record. Hoping to improve that to 16-4. It's second best across the Cape as Fidel sidearms it over. Only team with a better record when they score first. You guessed it, it's these YD Red Sox. They're 18-1. Just 1 loss coming when they strike first in a ball game. Fidel's 1-1 pitch, runner going, Freesia catches, throw down to second, not even close. Rivera swipes a bag and moves into scoring position with no outs. Pitch called a strike. No offering from Garris. 1-2.
Rivera going on first move, and Fidel took his time with that leg kick. No slide step, which allowed plenty of time for Rivera to get in front of the throw from Vito Fresia on target. Just too much time taken between ball going from the mound to home plate.
Ball and 2 strikes on Garris. Fidel glances at second. The kick and deals. Popped up in foul territory. Dashbot going for it. Fresia going for it. No play to be made. Bounces right in the gravel in front of the Hyannis dugout. Garris stays alive and ball and 2 strikes. We'll be over at McKeon Park tomorrow. 6 o'clock start for the Red Sox against these very Harbor Hawks. Kind of an interesting concept. These two teams meet 4 times in the regular season, and both times it's 2-game series right back to back, home and homes. First one coming on July 4th and July 5th. Now we round out the regular season. Rivera off of second. 1-2 pitch. Curveball just a little bit outside. Good eye from Garris. And when you're going up against Fidel, you really got to watch that pitch all the way into the glove of the catcher and make sure that you're not keeping the bat on your shoulder when that drops right into the strike zone.
There's just so much movement on that pitch.
See what he goes with on 2-2. A late throw over to Campbell at second. Not in time to get Rivera. It's weird. Not a lot to play for the Red Sox right now. Got first place in the East locked up. Best record by far in the entire league, but still 2 more games, both against Hyannis. 2-2 pitch. Fastball called, strike 3 on the inner third. Garris didn't love the call, but Fidel surprising him with the heat. Picks up K number 3.
Yeah, probably expecting a curveball right there. Gets the fastball in the inside corner. And leaves Garris, just can't pull the trigger, and watches that one cross that inside edge. And these 2 games you mentioned, not a whole lot to play for. It's really just staying sharp for the playoffs when they come around on Saturday.
Bottom of the order, and Brady Lindsley digs in from the left side. Last guy to face Fidel. With 1 away in the second. First pitch, curveball misses inside. Ball 1. TJ, I've been meaning to bring this up with you for a couple games now. We were broadcasting a game together in, I believe it was Harwich a few days ago. It was a rainy day. Weren't sure if we were going to get the ball game in. Red Sox ended up taking that one 8-5 over Harwich. The 1-0 comes in from Fidel. Curveball outside, 2-0 on Lindsley. And White House Field in a very similar situation to Red Wilson that we've got right here. You can see the deep trees out in center that go all the way across the outfield, kind of towering over that fence. And I thought they kind of looked like eucalyptus trees at White House Field. You did not. And I went out and did my research, and you were very certainly right. And I'll get to it in a sec after the 2-0 offering to Lindsley. The kick and the pitch, curveball swung on and missed, 2-1. Eucalyptus trees are, in fact, not native to Cape Cod at all. They're mostly known in Australia.
Kind of far away.
Very far away. I actually can't think of a farther country away than from where we are right now. So you were right on that. They do kind of look like it, though. They tower over, blow in the wind. 2-1, curveball runs inside. Looked like it almost touched the jersey of Lindsley. Just goes as a ball 3-1.
Did you figure out what kind of trees we have out here on Cape Cod? Because I'm staring right through the window at a pine tree, I believe.
That's certainly a pine tree, but the ones out in center, they just loom so large. I think they're too tall almost to be pines. And we've seen a lot of homers fly right into those branches this year. 3-1 from Fidel. Grounded over to Waddell at third. He's up with it. Collects, throws to dash in time. Lindsley retired, and the runner holds at second, and Rivera, there's 2 away. We do see a lot of different foliage on the Cape, and what I find so cool about Cape Cod is you ever take a drive out to P-Town or even more up the elbow towards towns like Wellfleet and Truro, you can really see when you're driving down Route 6, the trees start to get smaller as you get farther and farther away from the mainland. It's kind of a cool dynamic, almost like when you're hiking up a mountain and the trees just get smaller and smaller as you get out of the line. First pitch to Wenzel takes low.
Now, when I first got here to the Cape, I was kind of amazed about how many trees there were. It's like I was on the bus coming from the airport to Hyannis, and just looking around the roads, looked like we were driving into the jungle almost.
Yeah. It really is a lot of mainland in a lot of parts, 1-0 is taken away. But that's another great part of Cape Cod is, a town like Hyannis, where the Harbor Hawks are from. If you were just plopped right down there, you wouldn't know where in America you were. It's very commercial, still has that nice feel to it by the water, but you get up to towns like Orleans and Harwich and Chatham, you get that real village feel to it. 2-0 curveball, that drops in for a strike. 2-1 count on Witzel, the leadoff man who's 0 for 1. Flew out to center back to lead off the ball game. Rivera still on second base. He singled to start off this frame and swiped second. Since then, Garris and Lindsley have retired. 2-1 pitch from Fidel. Fastball popped up a mile high. Going over is Freesia right behind home plate. He dives and he misjudged it. Just couldn't get the read on that baseball. He actually moved too close to the fence. It is a foul ball, though, so a strike 2-2, but you hope that Wenzel doesn't make the Red Sox pay for that.
Yeah, Freesia looked like he was expecting that one to go up, go back towards the fence a little bit more, and then it just curls back. It might have just stopped moving backwards and just drops behind him.
I'm also looking up, and the sky that we've got over our heads right now.
I'm seeing some fog.
A lot of fog, kind of palely white. Very difficult to locate a baseball, especially when it's hit that high. So a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on second. Fidel, the lefty, fires curveball, roped but foul. Into the stands, down the left field line. A lot of locals on hand to take in the regular season finale from Red Wilson Field. So far not going the way of the Red Sox, 2-0. After an inning and 2/3. Hyannis notching 2 runs in the first inning. Threatening for more here with Rivera off of second. 2-2 pitch. Fastball just nicked by Wenzel. He stays alive. This is turning into quite the battle.
Now, Wenzel, guy you don't want to make a mistake to. I believe second in the Cape League in extra base hits, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. Guy barrels up a baseball. His chance to do some damage.
Fidel setting at the belt, readying another offering. 2-2, off speed and away. Full count worked from the leadoff man, Wenzel. It's what you just want out of that first guy in your lineup. Force the pitcher to battle for his outs, and that's exactly what Davis is doing right now. Junior from Baylor University, a Texas native, 6'1", 200 in the righty box, facing the lefty from Arkansas. The payoff pitch, curveball grounded to Fidel. He's got it right at the line. He rushes and applies the tag on Rivera. Nifty play from Luke Waddell. Saw the easy out, charging right at him, and he took it to retire the side. We go to the home half of the second inning. 2-0 ball game in favor of the visitors. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom 2 at Red Wilson. 2-0 ball game. Harbor Hawks out in the front. Notched 2 runs in the top of the first. That's been the only scoring so far. Vito Freesia, though, coming to the plate, hoping to change that. So the Red Sox go 5-6-7 in the bottom of the second against Joe Quintal, the righty from Fordham University, a local of sorts, at least from New England, native of Bedford, New Hampshire. Righty 6-1 on the bump. First pitch to Freesia. Off speed and on the outside corner for a strike to the Hofstra catcher. who was with YD for most of this summer. Had to go for about 10 days, but now he's back. A 1 fastball runs outside.
And quietly has had a really good summer, batting average at .345. Last time Red Sox were here against the Harwich Mariners was 2 for 4.
1-1, cut on and driven out into right center field. Sends Jew out on his horse all the way to the wall, and it bounces in front. Freesia around first. He's digging for second. He'll get there. Vito Freesia with a leadoff double to the deepest part of the ballpark, and the Red Sox are in business.
Jew had a lot of ground to go cover from his position out in center field, just unable to get that as it one hops the wall, and Freesia just stays hot quietly. Has been one of the best bats for the Red Sox.
That'll surely bring up the average a bit. Quinn Cotton, guy who's had the average drop over the last few weeks, was up above 300 for most of the season, down to 288 in the 6th spot tonight. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, cut on and spoiled, out of play. Strike 1 on Quinn. Still no homers for the Grand Canyon kid. You know he's got that power in him. We see it in BP every day. But it's just not the hitter that at least Quinn chooses to be usually on most at-bats. Loves to slap singles and find the gaps. 0-1, cut on and fouled back. Quickly 0-2. Host Family Appreciation Day at Red Wilson. Nice little ceremony before the ball game. We get to pay credit to a lot of the families that make this team work. Freesia off of second, the 0-2 drifts away. A ball and 2 strikes. If it's not for them and the locals giving up their room, their food, for these college kids to come in and live with them in Cape Cod, none of this gets to happen. And it's a pretty cool aspect of the entire Cape League that we get to have this summer. 1-2 to Cotton. A fastball bounces off of home plate over the head of Lindsley. Freesia takes third. Pass ball charge to Lindsley. And the count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it means so much to these players, too. Managed to let them show their game on the platform that is this Cape League. Really helps them out in the future, and it's just not possible without all these really just giving families.
And you hear lots of stories about how the host families, you know, they keep in touch with the players and vice versa. Even some of the guys on the Boston Red Sox, a guy like Jackie Bradley Jr., he played for Hyannis. Next pitch is spoiled, out of play, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was down in Harwich over the All-Star break, and guys that come down and spend a summer here, I mean, it's tough not to fall in love with this place and, you know, get to someday bring your kids down here. It's a great place to vacation, that's for sure. 2-2 to Quinn. Lets it go by. Upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Also some guy named Chris Sale.
Yeah, just a little-known fella. Tall, lanky lefty that pitched for YD in 09. Now towing the rubber at Fenway. Just got placed on the DL, though. He'll be out for a few days. Payoff pitch. Curveball drops in. Called strike 3. Boy, did Quintal ever pull the strings on Quinn Cotton to collect his first strikeout of the ballgame.
Well, that was a beauty. Starts the curveball off. Almost looked like his shoulder, and it just breaks off onto the inside corner and has Quinn just frozen up there at the plate.
Christian Koss steps in from the right side, sporting an orange bat. Haven't seen that one yet. Waves it over home plate a couple of times with Freesia just 90 feet away from scoring the first run for the Red Sox. Quintal deals, Koss down to a knee to get a piece of it, hacks it foul. Strike 1 on Koss, the UC Irvine kid who's batting .245. Wasn't in the starting lineup yesterday. An 0-1 count on Christian. The pitch, fastball placed away. Ball and a strike. Getting word that Christian's favorite color is orange. Something I can agree with.
Must love those Hyannis unis then.
1-1, cut on and put up high out of play down the right side. Bounces very close to that out of play line, so it wouldn't have counted even if Pages could make the catch. Ball and 2 strikes. Orange has always been my favorite color for a lot of my life.
And Christian have a lot in common.
Yeah, and then obviously went to school where your mascot is a literal orange. So it's kind of tough not to at least enjoy it.
How much did that factor into your decision?
I'd say maybe 50-50 a bit. 1-2 to Koss. He sits on it and pops it up high on the infield. Seth Gray ranging over, and he makes the catch. Red Sox had no outs with a runner on third and have both retired. Cotton striking out and Koss popping out. It'll be up to Zach Zubia now to score the run.
That did it in the first inning. 2 straight base runners reach, and they got left stranded. And now an out away here in the second from stranding another leadoff base runner in scoring position.
So, TJ, you go to Arizona State. I guess that's kind of a, you call it a crimson?
This is maroon.
Maroon. Gotcha. First pitch to Zubia. Takes it for a strike. Was that part in all of your decision?
No.
Not at all?
No.
No, sorry, you not a fan of maroon? That sounded like
I like
a little
the maroon. I'm actually wearing it right now.
You do love that polo. 0-1, another called strike. This one with the heater, and it's 0-2 on Zubia.
Pitchfork, Sun Devil. It's pretty easy to, other Sun Devils. You throw up the pitchfork. It's can't show it because we don't have a camera in our booth, but
it's cool.
Pretty cool.
0-2 is away. A ball and 2 strikes on Zubia. They'll have to take your word for it. It is a pretty cool. I don't know really how you'd show an orange with a hand other than just making a big fat 0. I guess that does the job. 2 away in the bottom of the second. 2-0 lead for Hyannis. The 1-2 to Zubia swings an abounding grounder foul. The count remains. Freesia led off the inning with a double out to deep right center. He moved over to third on the pass ball, but since then Cotton is struck out looking. Koss has popped up into foul territory. And it's 1-2 count on Zubia. The pitch sliced out into right field. Charging hard is Rivera. He pulls up and makes the catch to retire the side. Red Sox strand another runner in scoring position. Second time in 2 innings. And the score remains 2-0 as we go to the top of the third. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. We begin the third inning at Red Wilson. Ty Madrigal on to pitch for the Red Sox. Just like last night, the starter only goes 2. Chandler Fidel gives up 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, and makes way for the lefty from St. Mary's.
Yeah, it's been dynamite this summer. A 1.17 ERA in 23 innings out of the bullpen, where he has struck out 19 and walked just 4.
Pitched in the All-Star game for the East Division. 2/3 of an inning. And was perfect. Gave up no hits. Faces Tommy Jew to begin the third. First pitch. Pounds in a fastball, and Jew swings at it. Puts it out in the right. But Beasley's got a track on it, and he makes the catch for the first out. Madrigal, I think, a guy that is kind of surprised, at least out of the gate for the Red Sox. Didn't have the best debut with YD. Pitched against the Commodores back on June 16th and gave up 5 hits and 3 runs in just a couple of innings. Had the ERA at 6, but every single performance since then, he's lowered his ERA for the most part. Down to a 117 marker.
Only 3 runs since then.
Barefoot takes outside for ball 1. And it's part of this YD bullpen that's been phenomenal for most of the summer. It's also provided quite a bit of entertainment as well. 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Bit of a shameless plug here, I guess, but I did one of the most interesting interviews of my life, probably ever, inside the den of that YD bullpen last night at Eldridge Park, and I lived to tell the tale. 1-1 is away. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out in the 3rd.
I'd go to YD Red Sox Twitter or Instagram and go check that one out. It is something you probably want to watch.
Just an experience I'll never forget with the captain, Sam Kessler, and Braden Fink doing all the work. 2-1. Fastball runs inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Barefoot. And I wanted to go out and I wanted to talk to at least a little bit of the bullpen. I mean, they just picked up their 3rd shutout of the year, and it was a lot of the bullpen work with Henry only go 2 innings. And they said, no, we're going to do the interviewing today. And I was shelled a bit, but somehow got out alive. 2-2 from Madrigal is a fastball away. Full count here on Barefoot. No one on base, 1 away in the top of the 3rd, and a 2-0 ball game. Harbor Hawks with 2 runs off of 4 hits. Both runs coming in the 1st inning off of Chandler Fidel. Madrigal into the wind. Payoff is sliced foul over the bleachers. And the count stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Dana, as a member of the media, have you ever been the one as the subject of the interview after a ball game of any sorts?
I don't think so. And honestly, I was kind of caught off guard. I don't think I was very good at it. I kind of like being in control and asking the questions, or at least that's what I'm used to. And they stumped me a bit. It was definitely a good time, and they're just a great group of guys. Payoff to Barefoot. Hard grounder, but Casas got it on 2 hops. Collects over to Dash. 2 outs with a fly out and a ground out here to begin the 3rd inning. Good start for Madrigal.
Did you ask Sam if he ever got over to Town Hall today?
Yeah, so we were talking a little bit about, different ways that the bullpen could get involved and, maybe not play a distraction for the visiting team, but almost kind of bring some enthusiasm for the Red Sox. And someone suggested a megaphone. I didn't think that was quite illegal in the Cape League, but Gessler said they'd already got a motion through in Town Hall, so we'll have to see about that. First pitch to Lott is taken for a strike off speed.
And a police escort for the playoffs, too?
I don't know if that's going to be arranged in time. I mean, we all start up on Saturday. 0-1 is outside. 1-1 with 2 away on Todd Lott, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Maybe we can do some sort of championship parade if the Red Sox can pull it off with an escort like that. We'll have to see if we can pull some strings. 1-1, driven right at Koss, and he's got it. Puts the glove right in front of his face, and the Harbor Hawks go down 1-2-3 for the first time in the 3rd. Nice job from Madrigal in his 1st inning of work. 2-0 ball game as we go to the home half of the 3rd. YD coming to bat. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Luke Waddell, the only batter not to face Joe Quintal yet. That'll change in a moment as we begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-0 lead for Hyannis. Just a couple of hits for the Red Sox. Single and a double. That single from Johnny DeLuca to start off the ballgame was hit number 400 for this Red Sox club on the summer. Playing in game number 43, they're the first team to reach that mark. There's a chance they might be the only club to get there, at least out of the regular season.
First team ever?
First team this year.
Okay.
First pitch to Waddell, takes for a strike, a curveball from Quintal. He's stranded. He stranded Freesia at third base back in the second inning when Zubia popped out. Next pitch is looped right at the shortstop. Wenzel tumbles and holds on to the baseball. Nice catch from the shortstop for Hyannis, robbing Waddell of a sure leadoff single. It's the first out of the inning.
All shows good range going back to his left. A little leap at the end, make it a little more dramatic, but nonetheless able to make the play. That means Whitey averaging almost over 9 hits a game. That's pretty good.
Incredible stuff. Had 8 last night as DeLuca digs in. First pitch from the righty. Curveball that falls into the zone. Start off DeLuca with a strike. He was 1 for 1. Had that single that was hit hard right back up the middle. Quintal from the windup. Next offering, fastball in the dirt. Ball and a strike on Johnny. Has a bit of an inside-out stance with that right foot a little bit behind the left. Next pitched, just bounding foul. Dan Jaffe, Red Sox first base coach, will go pick it up and continue on the souvenir. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 away. Bases empty in the bottom of the third. 2-0 ball game. Pitch to DeLuca. Fastball puts him away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had to jerk out of the way of that baseball, running in tight. Quintal's done a nice job of establishing the strike zone and working quickly. 2-2. Grounded over the second. Garris up with it. Easy flip to first. 2 outs here in the third inning. Quintal seems to be heating up. He's retired 5 in a row now with the Red Sox. Brad Beasley bats for the second time today. Hit by a pitch in the first inning. Looking across the Cape, Whitecaps with an 8-0 lead over the Mariners. That ball game just in the top of the 4th. Trying to solidify their spot in the playoffs. First pitch to Brad. He takes away for a ball. Why do you struggled against Brewster so far this season? 2-2-2 out of the regular season. Here's the 1-0 pitch, a fastball upstairs. You obviously can't pick who you play in the playoffs. Either it'll be Orleans or Brewster, but I have to think maybe if you're a Red Sox fan, you'd rather play those Firebirds. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Beasley. He cuts at it and hits it foul out of play. Red Sox now 5-1 against Orleans. That's a lot different than a tie regular season series against the Whitecaps.
Yeah, a couple of games shortened due to darkness that Whitey might have taken or lost otherwise.
2-1 nabs the outer third for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Beasley with 2 outs in the third.
It is that time of year, though. Remember, it's all about getting hot at the right time.
Quintal into the motions. Beasley ropes this one out into left field. Falls in front of Barefoot. Beasley reaches base for the second time today. And Whitey gets this base runner. They were in danger of picking up that first inning without one. Quintal can't send him down in order. Beasley continues to swing this hot bat that's pretty much continued since he came back for his second stint, if you will, with the Red Sox. Never left the club, but was injured for a good portion of the season. He leads off of first base with 2 outs. Ever dangerous Noah Campbell at the plate. First pitch. Off speed and upstairs at the letters. Wind gusting heavily out towards left center field. The flagpole over the scoreboard. It's been jerking all night. Toss over to first. Beasley back in. He can run. He's got speed. So the Red Sox have stranded 3 base runners through the first 2 innings. 1 at second and 1 at third back in the second inning. 1-0 pitch to Campbell. Nice breaking ball that crosses home plate right at the knees. Strike 1. Noah batting from the left side against the righty Quintal. Sets at the chest and throws over once again. Cloudy day in Yarmouth. It's been that way pretty much from the get-go. Though no rain in the forecast, looks like we'll get this one in. Quintal setting and firing outside, ball 2. Noah in the driver's seat a bit with a 2-1 count. He's not the kind of guy that you want to fall behind and be forced to throw a strike. Average close to 400. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Campbell. Takes it for a strike. That breaking ball from Quintal is a pitch that he's been placing through all 3 of these innings.
And Campbell's numbers on the season, just insane, but it gets even better. At home, hits .491 entering today.
Beasley back in for a 3rd time. We'll see if he can improve that stat. He has the 6 homers. Went yard back-to-back times against the Mariners just in this week. 2-2 pitch to Campbell. Fastball grounded right at the first baseman, Pages. He's got it. Easy touch on first to retire the side. Red Sox stranded another. We go to the top of the 4th. 2-0 lead for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Madrigal sent down the side in order in the top of the 3rd, hoping to do the same here in the 4th against 4, 5, and 6. Seth Gray, Pedro Pages, and Eric Rivera due up. Hyannis leading it 2-0 in Game 1 of a home-and-home series to wrap up the 2018 regular season. We begin in South Yarmouth, final home game for the Red Sox of the regular season. We know they'll be playing right here on Saturday in Game 1 of the Eastern Division semifinals. We just don't know the opponent yet, either Brewster or Orleans. Gray, the lefty hitter, to face lefty Madrigal. 1.17 ERA, making appearance number 11, 12 if you account for the All-Star game. First pitch, curveball right down the middle for a strike on Gray, who hit that big RBI double in the first inning. Made his way all the way over to 3rd before he was stranded when Pages struck out. Lefty from St. Mary sets, deals, breaking ball with some cut, but it pushes it off the plate, a ball and a strike. Gray now with 18 runs batted in. He brought Barefoot home to double that advantage back in the first inning. It's the last run that was scored, 1-1. Fastball, a little bit high, but a called strike by the home plate umpire, John Leeds. Goes the way of Madrigal. 1-2 count now on Gray. First batter of the 4th inning. The 1-2. Just a contact swing down the line. Flip over from Dashbach in time with Madrigal covering. Gray didn't even really want to swing at that baseball, but he hustled pretty well and made it a close play.
Now, almost well-placed enough, so Dash is far enough off the base and Madrigal just too far to run for it to be in time to get him hustling down the line, but Red Sox just able to do that.
First man retired of the 4th inning. Madrigal's now sent down 4 in a row and faces Pedro Pages, righty hitter. the first baseman. Initial offering curveball misses in the opposite batter's box. Ball 1 to the righty hitter. (1-0). Fastball runs inside. 2-0 count on Pages, product of Florida Atlantic University. Just finished up his freshman campaign there. 6'1", 240 in the box against the lefty Madrigal with one away in the top of the fourth. The pitch. Another fastball, and it's inside again. 3 straight balls to begin the at-bat to Pages. He's 0 for 1 today. Fan looking to conclude the first inning. That was on Fidel's tap. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk given up to Pages. Madrigal gives up his first base runner of his outing. And there's a runner on for Eric Rivera.
Man, walk something that Madrigal has been great at preventing this year. Only 4 free passes in 23 innings. Now 24 entering today before that free pass.
1 on, 1 out. Rivera 1 for 1 today with this single in the second inning. First pitch from Madrigal. Pounds in the fastball for a strike. Singling to lead off that second inning, and then was stranded at the middle bag as the second inning ended. 0-1 pitch from Madrigal. Fastball bounces in the dirt. Frisia's been busy, even though we're only in the fourth inning, especially with that curveball of Fidel. He's got to be on his game to make sure that the baseball stays in front of him. Working with Tyler Madrigal now. The 1-1 pitch. Inside out swing, slicing down the first base line, and it falls in fair territory. Fielded by Beasley. Over to second goes Pages. A single for Eric Rivera. Back-to-back times that Rivera hasn't gotten all of it, but finds himself at first base.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit it, just got to hit it in the right spot, and that one perfectly placed, just tucked inside the foul line. Down that right field side, too far for Dash or Brad Beasley to go to get that one.
Harbor Hawks threatening once again in the fourth inning. Just 1 out, runners at first and second. Taylor Garris, the 8-man, who's 0 for 1 today. Struck out looking and was one of the 3 strikeout victims of Chandler Fidel. He only went 2 frames in this ballgame and gave up the 2 runs. First pitch from Madrigal. Throws him a fastball, and it clips the outer third for a strike. Garris been in and out of this Hyannis lineup. 182 average entering today. Only 3 runs batted in. No homers as well. 2 runners on, 1 out. Madrigal sets in the 0-1. A fastball right down the middle. Quickly 0-2 on Garris. This would be a prime opportunity for Madrigal to get that first strikeout of his outing. Keep those runners at bay. They each take their lead. And the pitch. Cut on and looped through the hole on the right side. Beasley's got it. Charges, throws a dart into home. Dash cuts it off, and everyone's safe. Bases loaded for the 9-man, Brady Lindsley.
Well, it looked like Madrigal there misses his spot. Freesia sets off the plate away, and that pitch ended up in the middle of the plate. And Garris didn't miss it. Frozen rope line driving to right field. Now bases loaded with just an out for the Harbor Hawks.
Prime opportunity to extend this advantage. Lindsley, the Oklahoma product, bats from the left side, a sophomore, with a chance to break this game open a bit. It's 2-0 Hyannis. Both runs coming back in the top of the first off of Fidel. It's Ty Madrigal working now with the bases juiced. First pitch, off speed, hangs high for ball 1. Lindsley 0 for 1, grounded to the third baseman Waddell in the second inning. With 7 RBIs on the summer, could pick up a couple more here. Long lick in for Madrigal at Freesia. Holds the glove and deals. Waved at and missed. Nice pitch from Madrigal to pick up strike 1. Wind still gusting out. Infield at normal depth Dashbach playing right behind the runner Garris over at first. The 1-1. Curveball hit right at Waddell at third, and it's off his glove. Koss Fields tries to flip it to Luke. No play to be made. A botched play by the Red Sox third baseman scores a run, and Hyannis takes it 3-0.
Yeah, another one of those costly errors. That's going to be an E5 on Luke Waddell, just coming in, charging at that ball, just kicks off of his glove. And once that kicks off his glove, no chance to get any of the runners. And still loads of trouble for Ty Madrigal.
Just a prime example of trying to do too much before making sure you had the baseball. He was trying to turn that double play, most likely, and keep runs off the scoreboard. Instead, he allows one. Wenzel plates now with the bases still loaded. Takes strike one on a breaking ball from Madrigal. It's Pages that scores. Rivera now at third base. Garris at second. And Brady Lindsley leading off of first base. Wenzel, the leadoff hitter for Hyannis, who's 0 for 2, asks for time. He flew out, and he grounded out to third base. Waddell retiring him to end the second inning. Madrigal back out on the bump. Stares in at Freesia. Holds the glove at his chest and deals. Connects for a strike. Went with the heat and just placed it perfectly. 0-2 hole for Wenzel to work out of now. Hawks at every station with one out in the fourth. They've already played a run. They lead it 3-0. Madrigal hoping to keep it at that margin against Davis Wenzel, the righty hitter. The pitch, fastball away, a ball and 2 strikes.
As we talk about how well this YD Red Sox team has been playing offensively, pitching-wise, but there's some games in the field, they just a lot of errors, and it might come back to bite them in the playoffs. We're going to have to see.
Madrigal comes set. The kick and the 1-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with a curve. First strikeout for Madrigal. Wenzel fans, and there's 2 away for Tommy Jew.
Perfect pitch right there. Buries that at the back foot of Wenzel. Looks so good on the inside corner and then just disappears out of the strike zone.
Strikeout number 1 for Madrigal. And now it's up to Tommy Jew to extend the inning. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Already a run in for Hyannis. They lead it 3-0 in the top of the fourth. First pitch, well outside. Freesia moving left to right off of his knees to keep that one from sailing to the fence. There's been a couple times where it just seems like the ball has slipped out of YD players' hands today. Twice with Fidel, the throw over to first. That the E1, one of 3 errors from the Red Sox so far. And then also a pitch as well. YD not playing for much. Technically with the standings locked up for them. But not the best showing so far against one of the top teams in the West. They trail by 3 and only have collected 3 hits offensively. Rivera at third, Garris at second. Lindsley over at first. 2 outs. Tommy Jew, the 2-man at the plate. 1-0 curveball, called strike. 1-1 count on Jew, the center fielder who's 1 for 2 today. Singled it, scored in the first inning. Then flew out to right field to begin the third. Junior from Cal Santa Barbara waves his bat over his shoulder. 1-1 outside, 2 balls and a strike. Ty Madrigal not helping himself out here, falling behind these Hyannis Harbor Hawk hitters. It's not a crazy good offense. 3rd in the league. .259 collective average entering today behind the Red Sox with a .285 clip. 2-1 pitch from Madrigal. Goes with a fastball and paints it on the inner third. He's been doing that a lot through these 2 innings of work, surprising these righty hitters, and it's a 2-2 count.
That just shows you, that stat right there shows you just the difference between the Red Sox at the top and then just the rest of the league.
Just a quick decline from that first place spot. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Madrigal, grounded just foul down the third base line. Nice job from Rivera to pick up that right foot. Avoid the baseball with his cleat. And the count stays at 2-2 And if you're a team playing the Red Sox, you got to know the MO on this club, that they can score runs whenever they want to and in bunches. So when you get these opportunities, RBI chances, you got to make good on them, especially early on in ball games. They've got him loaded with 2 outs, the 2-2, curveball in the dirt, and checking his swing is Jew. There's nowhere to put him, and it's a full count.
22 points in average between first and second place, Whitey and Wareham. And then between second and last would be 30 points in batting average.
Just falls off. Whitey leading that stat for most of the season. Here's the payoff pitch from Madrigal. Fastball grounded at Koss. He's got it. Collects, throws over to Dashbach in time to get Jew and retire the side. Madrigal gives up a run, but strands 3, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-0 Hyannis. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Into the home half of the 4th inning, 3-0 advantage for Hyannis. Red Sox coming to bat. Dashbach, Freesia, and Cotton to face Joe Quintal, the righty who's been pretty darn good through 3 innings of work. Just appeared in 1 ball game. Actually picked up a loss against Chatham a few days ago, but he's been very solid. First pitch to Dashbach, runs in and clips the very end of the bat of Andrew, and then looked like it went on to hit Lindsley. He's laboring a bit. It is a strike.
Yeah, always a tough task to come here to Red Wilson, where Whitey averages 6.5 runs per game, and it's .324 as a team, and really has pitched well through his first 3 frames against him.
Allowed the first 2 base runners of the ball game in DeLuca and Beasley, but since then, other than the Freesia double to start off the 2nd inning, he's been very solid. Into the motions, 0-1 pitch to Dashbach. He'll take it for a strike. He's 0-2 now in the count. Grounded into a 5-3 double play to end the 1st inning. Nice play from Gray to just touch on the bag at 3rd and get it over to 1st in time. 0-2 pitch to Dashbach. Curveball drilled right back up the middle where she came from. Base hit for Andrew to lead off the 4th inning. Just sat on it in an 0-2 count, and he puts it up the middle. Red Sox with a base runner.
That curveball just hung right in the middle of the plate, and Dash just made him pay for missing his spot with that mistake, staying up in the strike zone and pounding it back up the middle for a base hit.
Freesia 1 for 1 today with the double. Only extra base hit that the Red Sox have collected so far. Made his way all the way to 3rd before he was stranded. First pitch. Fastball taken inside. Freesia's now brought the average up above 350. Minimal plate appearances. but he takes advantage of his opportunities. 1-0 grounded past the glove of Gray. Rose slowly into shallow left field. Back-to-back base hits for the Red Sox here to start off the fourth. Getting to Quintal just when we were praising him. It's what this Red Sox offense can do. Once they smell the blood in the water, they just heat up.
Yeah, it's just when you see a pitcher for the second time, you have a whole new mindset. Most of the time, the guys have told you what pitches they've seen, where he likes to throw him, his tendencies, and you're up at the plate. You get to see him throw, and you just get more comfortable your second time. And now 3 base hits of the 5 batters, second time through the order.
Cotton will get his second look at Quintal, who made him look foolish in that first plate appearance. He struck out looking in the second inning. Bats now in the fourth with 2 aboard and no outs. Here's the first pitch to Quinn. Takes it low for a ball. The curveball that dropped from knee level to the cleats. Wind really gusting out there. Have to think it's only a matter of time until we see something leave Red Wilson Field. 1-0 to Cotton. Breaking ball misses away. Lindsley tried to hold it, frame it. Doesn't get the call. Whitey down by 3 in the fourth inning. Strung together back-to-back singles, though. Cotton awaiting the 2-0 offering. Here it is. Fastball swung on and missed. Cotton looked off balance on that hack. 2 balls and a strike with Koss on deck. Zubia in the hole as Quintal begins to work against this bottom half of the Red Sox lineup. Set from Quintal. The pitch, Cotton shows bunt and pulled it back apparently in time. That pitch just missing. 3 balls and a strike on Cotton. Pickler putting on the sign. Maybe trying to advance Dashbach and Freesia, or even put Cotton on with a bunt single. Here's the 3-1. Cut at, hard grounder to the second baseman. Garris has it on to second for 1. Over to first. They got him. 4-6-3 double play turned by the Hyannis infield. Second one they've put together today. That puts 2 outs up on the board. Dash over to third, but now it's up to Koss.
Well, Cotton hits the ball hard, but makes the mistake of hitting it right at Garris at second base, and then a smooth turn and a close play over at first base results in a pair of outs for Hyannis.
YD very close to stranding more base runners in this ballgame. They've done it every single frame. First pitch to Christian. He swings down to a knee and puts it out in foul territory. Pages making run for it. Also Rivera, and it drops in just in the out-of-play line. Strike 1 on Christian. It's Dashbach on third. Single to begin the inning. Freesia followed it up with a base knock as well, but Cotton's double plays put this inning in jeopardy, just like the first 3. 3-run lead for Hyannis. 2 outs in the fourth. The 0-1 to Koss. Taken right down the middle. Fastball for a strike. Now an 0-2 count on Christian with Zubia on deck. Pitch number 55. Upcoming from Joe Quintal, the righty. The offering, fastball away. Christian now with a ball and 2 strikes on him. He's 0 for 1. Popped out into foul territory when Gray made the catch in the bottom of the second inning. Quintal sets, kicks, and deals. Koss grounds this one through the hole on the left side. RBI single for Christian Koss. Dash touches home. And the Red Sox finally get on the board. It's 3-1 Hyannis.
Good 2-strike hitting there from Christian Koss. A breaking ball left over the middle of the plate and able to find the right spot on the infield, put it through that left side, and get Whitey on the board here in the fourth inning. Second time through the order, proving to be successful for these Red Sox.
RBI number 15 for Christian on the summer. He plates Dashbach, and the Red Sox finally get on the tab of Joe Quintal. Quick throw over, and Christian's back in. Zubia's got pop in the bat. 3 homers this summer, batting .255. One coming very recently against Orleans, right here at Red Wilson. First pitch, Zach swings That one caught on the inner half of the bat, fouled off. Each club with 6 hits now. Red Sox have only plated 1. Hyannis with 3. They had 2 back in the first inning. And the teams have traded runs here so far in the 4th. 0-1 pitch from Quintal. Zubia takes it low for ball 1. That'll even the count up on the Texas Longhorn, who's been given repeated opportunities to get into this lineup. Seen him at first base, seen him at DH a bit. That's the position he's in today with Koss, a good lead off of first base. 2 outs. The pitch. Zubia lets it fly by for a strike. Another curveball that drops into the zone from Quintal. A ball and 2 strikes.
Missing a position, Dana.
And the pitcher as well. That's a great point. Came in to pitch that 9th inning against the Whitecaps in a ball game that was deemed by Scott Pickler out of reach. Came in and pitched a scoreless frame right after Luke Waddell had done just the same in the 8th inning.
That's all you can ask for.
1-2 count on Zubia. 2 outs. The pitch. Fought off foul. He stays alive.
Originally committed to Tulane as a pitcher, and then ended up transferring to Texas when David Pierce went from Tulane to Texas, and he flipped around and is now a bat for the Texas Longhorns.
And it's interesting because neither of those 2 guys, Luke or Zach, had ever pitched an inning collegiately. Never the situation had come up. 1-2. Grounded softly at Woodsell. He's got it. Throws a strike over to first. And the side is retired. Red Sox get a run on the board thanks to the RBI single from Christian Koss. And it's 3-1 Harbor Hawks as we go to the 5th. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Third pitcher of the ball game for the Red Sox. It's Mitch Turansky, the lefty from Michigan State, relieving Tyler Madrigal in the top of the 5th inning. A 3-1 ball game in favor of the visiting Hyannis Harbor Hawks over the YD Red Sox. Dana Gray with you here at Red Wilson. A cloudy Wednesday afternoon that's quickly turning into evening. Not a lot of sunlight. But Turansky on to pitch the 5th. He'll face Barefoot, Lott, and Gray due up in the frame. First pitch to Barefoot is a called strike. Turansky making appearance number 15. ERA at 4.56. That's been brought down a ton. Pretty much every appearance, he's lowered it from that start back on opening night. Leg kick and the 0-1 pitch is lofted out into right field, and it falls fair. Just an inch off of the foul line. Beasley gets to it, and a wide turn from Barefoot. He'll have to hold up right there with a leadoff single. About the second or third time that a Harbor Hawks hitter has really not gotten all of a baseball and just placed it correctly. Beasley was late getting to it, and the leadoff man aboard for Hyannis. Todd Lott due up. 0 for 2 day. Struck out looking in the first inning and lined out to the shortstop, Costin in the third. It was good contact, but Christian was placed correctly. Lefty on righty matchup. The first pitch, curveball misses away for ball one on Todd Lott, batting just under 300. Jacksonville, Florida native from Louisiana Lafayette, going into his sophomore campaign. Turansky, the Michigan State Spartan, sets and deals off speed, called strike, 1-1. Final regular season home game for the Red Sox. Here on August 1st, we flipped the calendar, and boy, was it a fun month for YD. Turansky looks over at Barefoot, now throws over. He's back in. YD was just having their way for most of the entire league throughout the month of July. If you remember back in that first week, it wasn't all fantastic. Handful of losses for the Red Sox, but since then, YD has only suffered 7. Incredible stuff. 1-1 to Lott. Hanging curve drops in for a strike, 1-2. Barefoot began the 5th inning with a single, with Hyannis leading it 3-1. Turansky looks in for the signs from Freesia. Comes set at the chest. Kicks and deals. Lott grounds this one right at Dashbach. He's got it. Throws to Koss at short. Throws back to Dash, and they got him. Andrew Dashbach doing it all on the twin killing. And just like that, the Red Sox put up 2 outs on the board. Dashbach had to field, throw to Christian, and then get right back on the bag to get the retrieving throw from Costin. Just like that, they retire Barefoot, they retire Lott, and Seth Gray is due up here in the 5th. A lefty-on-lefty matchup now with the bases empty. The kick and the fire outside, ball 1. After 5 innings, when the Harbor Hawks are leading, they're 17-1. It's incredible. It's a great marker. But there's a team that's won better. No surprise, it's the YD Red Sox. They're a perfect 21-0. 1-0 offering, misses inside. 2 straight balls to start off Gray. 21 victories, no losses when the Red Sox hold any sort of lead coming out of the 5th inning this entire summer. You think about it, the amount of victories that they've gotten, only 5 have come from behind. 2-0, slow grounder to Koss. He's got a charge. He throws over to Dashbach, and they got him. Side retired. Mitch Turansky comes in and does his job. Makes good on a leadoff single thanks to the twin killing turned by Andrew Dashbach. We go to the home half of the 5th. A 3-1 lead for Hyannis. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
It's been Joe Quintal's day here at Red Wilson Field as he's held the Red Sox to just 1 run. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning here from Red Wilson, it'll be 9-1 and 2 due up in the Red Sox order, starting with the third baseman Luke Waddell. TJ Mathewson here with you on a cloudy, muggy day in South Yarmouth, game number 43 of the Cape League season. It's the righty out of Fordham kicks, and the first pitch curveball drops into the strike zone for strike 1 to Luke Waddell. Shortstop out of Georgia Tech. It's the wind and the 0-1. Fastball misses low for a ball and a strike. Home and home with these Hyannis Harbor Hawks to finish out this 2018 summer. The regular season, that is, as the 1-1 misses inside. 2-1 on the count on Luke Waddell. For playoffs start on Saturday, well, the Red Sox will face they're the Orleans Firebirds, the Brewster Whitecaps. 2-1 pitch. Fastball catches the inside corner. Count evens at 2-2. Brewster playing well today, hosting the Harwich Mariners. Up 10-3. It's the 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Waddell down quickly on strikes. That's strikeout number 2 for Joe Quintal. Now the top of the lineup due back up for the Red Sox. It's Johnny DeLuca. So far today, the Oregon Duck 1 for 2. Switch hitter batting left-handed for the third time. He'll step in against Quintal. Righty winds, fires, first pitch, misses low for a ball. 1-0 the count on DeLuca. One of the 9 All-Stars for the Red Sox this summer. As the next pitch catches the strike zone, 1-1 the count. A week ago Sunday, those 9 all got to appear. The 1-1 swung on and missed from DeLuca, and the Duck is behind 1-2. All-Star game with the Western Division coming out victorious over the East 4-3 at White House Field. The 1-2 misses high, evens up the count at 2-2. DeLuca got one of the starting outfield spots. He's had a really fantastic summer here on the Cape after really struggling his freshman year at Oregon. 2-2 misses for ball 3, 3-2. Count on DeLuca. Quintal working at breakneck pace out the first base side of the rubber. The 3-2 curveball chopped foul down the first base side. Couple of young fans trying to make a play on that one. Someone got it on the rebound, and the count stays full. Flag out beyond the scoreboard in left field, blowing out towards straightaway left. The righty winds. The 3-2 misses high, ball 4. DeLuca will reach for the second time today, as he has now reached with an out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and that will bring up Brad Beasley. Cal Poly product has reached both times today, hit by pitch and a single. Came in the 1st and 3rd innings, respectively. He's another guy swinging a red-hot bat for the Red Sox. 375 entering play today. Whitey trailing the Harbor Hawks 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning at Red Wilson. Throw over to first base by Quintal. DeLuca dives back in plenty of time. Harbor Hawks jumped out for 2 runs in the 1st and then 1 in the 4th. Whitey would respond with 1 in the 4th. That's how we got to the score where we're at today. And another throw on over to first base. DeLuca gets the dirty jersey again. The jersey dirty again, pardon. He's back in time. Whitey's left base runners on in every inning so far. Well, been able to scratch across just 1 run. The first pitch to Beasley, swinging a pop fly foul, drifts out of play behind home plate. The count 0-1. Red Sox, it's been 10 days since they've last dropped a ball game. A week ago Saturday, where they've won 3 games, tied a ball game, and then won 3 more. Righty Quintal sets the 0-1 swing and a liner that hooks foul down the third base line, and the count quickly 0-2 on Beasley. That was July 21st, a loss at Chatham. A memorable 19 strikeout performance by the Anglers pitching staff, Alec Manoah, Jeff Belch. Since then, Whitey hasn't dropped a contest. 0-2. That misses off the plate. 1-2 the count on Beasley. For the Harbor Hawks, it hasn't really been, with their second place in the Western Division, hasn't really been all-out dominance. They're negative 27 run differential. It's a wind thrown over to first. DeLuca leaning just a bit, but able to dive back to the back corner of the base in time. Their negative 27 run differential is actually the worst in their own division. Yet, there they sit at second Wine the 1-2 swing and a fly ball out to deepish left field. Back on it is the left fielder Matthew Barefoot. He's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 here in the 5th inning. Beasley just gets under that one. Had he put a little bit more barrel on that one, got it up into the wind, that might have carried out of here. Instead, it's just a long out number 2. That'll bring up Noah Campbell. Campbell today, 0 for 2. He's been on such a tear lately. Just not used to seeing him go 0 for in his first 2 at-bats. Wind in the first pitch from Quintal. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. And guy top 3 in every Triple Crown category. His first in average, 394 entering today. Third in home runs with 6. 2 off the lead there, and third in RBIs as well as a swing and a liner foul down the third base side, and the count 0-2 on Campbell. This pair of games he put together over this past weekend against the Harwich Mariners. A pair of home runs. A go-ahead grand slam on Saturday. Home run in the first inning on Sunday. 0-2 to Campbell. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and no complaint there from Campbell as he heads back to the YD dugout, and another base runner is stranded for the Red Sox here in the 5th inning, and that's now strikeout number 3 for Joe Quintal for Hyannis. In his first start of the summer, he has been fantastic. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Here from Red Wilson, it's 3-1 Harbor Hawks lead over the Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Mitch Turansky out to start his 2nd inning of work out of the Red Sox bullpen. And it's going to be 6, 7, and 8 in the Harbor Hawks lineup scheduled to come to the plate. Pedro Pages, the first baseman, set to lead it off. It's been a bullpen day. It is scheduled to be a bullpen day for these Red Sox, is trying to manage their arms before they hit the playoffs on Saturday against either Orleans or Brewster. 2 innings from Chandler Fidel to start as Wine first pitch from Turansky. That catches the outside corner for strike 1. Then Ty Madrigal came in and fired 2 innings. And now Mitch Turansky, as if the Red Sox stick to schedule, also will throw 2 innings. Wind in the 0-1. Curveball catches the outside edge for a strike. It's quickly 0-2 on Pages. Turansky has brought that ERA down. At a point in the season, it was up near 9. And now all the way down to 4.5. Lefty sets 0-2. Fastball misses outside. 1-2 the count. Pitchers, all the pitchers on this YD staff got to take BP today thanks to their shutout against the Orleans Firebirds last night. Turansky kicks the leg up, the 1-2, swing and a foul out of play first base side. Count stays at 1-2. Although this time, there was no metal bat. So we only saw a couple of guys go yard. Few more guys go yard when they get to use the metal. Adds a good 50 or so feet to the home runs off the metal bat. The 1-2 from Turansky Swing and a foul. First base side again. Counts one. Still stays at 1-2 on Pages. Ryan Nelson off the top of my head. I believe also Brady Batten got one out. Two right-handed hitters. Lefty Turansky sets the 1-2. Fastball runs high and misses. Evens up the count at 2-2. Now you would think that Ryan Nelson, who played over 50 games at shortstop for the Oregon Ducks, would have the advantage in pitcher's BP, where they kind of group it off as the 2-2 swing and a fly ball out to deep right field. Backing up Beasley, turns around, it bounces off the wall. Pages rounds the bag at first, will scoot into second base. The throw in not in time from Beasley. A leadoff double here in the 6th inning, and that is going to be base hit number 9 on the evening for these Harbor Hawks. Pages gets that one up into the air and over Brad Beasley in right field. Now a runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks, and it'll be Eric Rivera. But the way Pick does it is he splits the two groups of pitchers up into teams, and whichever team comes out with more points sort of wins the batting practice. Is points, I believe, for a base hit. There's points for distance, and I believe there's also points for getting it over the wall as the 0-1 from Turansky catches the outside corner for strike one. The last batting practice they had, not the one today, the last one. I remember watching Mitch Turansky swing with the metal bat, and he parked a few out into the trees in center field. Did not go yard today, though. He peeks back at Pages at second. The 0-1 curveball misses off the plate. 1-1 the count. But Nelson able to sneak one out down the line, down that left field line, just 338 feet. Nelson did struggle with the bat at Oregon, hit just $171. It's the 1-1 from Turansky. Swing and a ground ball up the middle right to Campbell, playing behind the second base bag. A high throw on to first, snagged out of the air by Dashbach, and that will be in time to retire Rivera, advancing on the throw over to third base. His Pedro Pages moves up 90 feet, and now Taylor Garris, a fly ball into the outfield, will do the trick and get Pages home from third base. So he now bats with an out here in the 6th inning. Turansky looking in at Freesia. Lefty comes set, first pitch. Dash playing in on the infield grass, and that catches the strike zone for strike one. Nelson only that 171 clip at Oregon. Just 5 extra base hits, all doubles. As the 0-1 dribble out to shortstop. Koss looks the runner. Pages back to third. Whips a throw across the diamond. And that's in time to get Taylor Garris. Something you really can't do with the runner on third, less than 2 outs. You hit a dribbler right to one of the infielders playing in on the grass. That gives Koss enough time to look Pages back to third and then fire a throw over to Dashbach for a big second out. Red Sox trailing by 2 here in the 6th. So now that's going to bring up Brady Lindsley. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error. An E5 by Luke Waddell his last time up. Turansky kicks, first pitch, swing and a miss. Lindsley comes up empty, chasing after an off-speed pitch. Wind gusting a little harder out towards left center now, as it was at the beginning of the inning on a cloudy, muggy day here in Yarmouth. There's the 0-1 from Turansky. Swing and a fly ball that direction out to Quinn Cotton. Barely has to move a step. He's there. He'll make the catch for out number 3 here in the 6th. And the leadoff double is stranded at third base in Pedro Pages. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here from Red Wilson Field. It's 3-1 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's still Joe Quintal out on the mound for the Harbor Hawks as he works here in the 6th inning. And it will be the heart of the Red Sox order, starting with the cleanup hitter and the first baseman Andrew Dashbox, 1 for 2 today. Has also come around and scored the only run of the evening for the Red Sox, as Quintal, the righty out of Fordham, is still out there in his first start of the summer. First pitch, a swing and a foul straight back. 0-1 the count on Dashbach. He's been able to keep this top-ranked Whitey offense really at bay from breaking out 6 hits, but only a run is stranded runners in every inning. Here's the wind and the 0-1 swing and a fly ball, shallow left field. Out is Wenzel, the shortstop, about 20 feet out into the outfield grass. He's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the 6th. A quick first out for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Vito Freesia.
Considering this is a Hyannis pitching staff that's lost quite a few arms over the last couple of weeks, this has got to be a great feeling for Chad Gassman to see that he's got something in Joe Quintal, and maybe he can throw him out for a start in the playoffs.
So here's Freesia, 2 for 2 today. Watches the first pitch, fastball miss inside. This guy getting back here about a week and a half ago and has still just picked right up where he left off, swinging the bat well. 1-0 misses inside. It's 2-0 the count on Freesia. Guy had a good spring at Hofstra and just really carried it over here on the Cape. 2-0. Fastball catches the outside corner. It's 2-1 on Freesia.
Part of the success of Quintal this entire afternoon is he's just been working so quickly. It's relentless.
It's the 2-1 to Freesia. Swing and a fly ball in foul territory right field side. And it drifts out of play. Lanes foul collected by another young fan out there down the first base side. And the count is 2-2 on Freesia. 3-1 Harbor Hawks lead here in the 6th inning. Wind and the 2-2. A grounder out towards shortstop. Wenzel fields. He'll throw on over to first. Retire Freesia for the first time today. There's a quick 2 down for the Red Sox here in the 6th, and that will bring up Quinn Cotton. Quintal's had the Red Sox off balance, and when they've managed to touch him up for hits, he hasn't made the same mistake twice. It's the righty quickly back on the bump to face the righty Cotton, looking to get through 6 here at Red Wilson. Wind in the first pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Christian Koss stands on deck as time is called from home plate umpire Quinn Cotton, smartly stepping out of the box and calling for time, trying to break up the rhythm of Quintal. As the righty winds the 0-1. Fastball misses off the plate. It's 1-1. You know, that strategy, we do see it be getting used for guys that like to keep a certain pace. Got to find out a way to break it. And that's one of them. And in the 1-1. Swing and a liner out to the right center field gap. That splits the outfielders. That'll take a hop and bounce off the wall. Cotton hits the bag at first. He'll cruise into second base. The throw in cut off by Garris out in shallow right center field. Quinn Cotton, a 2-out screamer into the right center field gap. And now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Christian Koss.
That's a big hit for Cotton. At-bat that we saw a lot of times from him maybe in the first month of the summer, but he's definitely slowed down, slumped a bit over the last few weeks. So that's great to see that him find that gap and get into scoring position.
John Gassman out of the dugout for the Harbor Hawks. We're going to see if that's going to be it for Quintal. Here, 5 2/3, just one run, and another on base.
And there is double barrel action up in the Hyannis bullpen. So we'll see if maybe this is just some stalling tactics from Gassman or if he's really just trying to preach to his infield. Now, finally, the home plate umpire, John Leeds, will go break it up, and we'll get a decision.
Meeting still going on the mound. Outfielders just chilling out in their spots. So Leeds has made it out to the rubber as Christian Koss is scheduled to plate. As Gassman will turn around, head back to the first base dugout. Looks like Quintal is going to get another shot. Get out of the 6th inning.
That was hilarious. The home plate umpire goes right up next to Gassman, looks at him, assumedly asking him what he wants to do, and Gassman just shrugged his shoulders, smiled, and started walking back to the dugout.
Stalling tactics at its finest, you're right. So it'll be Quintal versus Koss. 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Red Sox trailing by 2 here at home. Quintal winds, first pitch to Christian, swing and a foul straight back. On the count, 0-1. Already out of Fordham is an out of way of getting through 6 innings of allowing just one Whitey run. Righty kicks 0-1. Swing and a miss from Koss. Comes up empty with that orange-barreled bat. And it's 0-2.
He put a little extra something on that fastball. Quintal did. Probably facing his last batter of the ball game. Either Koss is going to reach or he's going to go down.
Quintal sets. 0-2. Off-speed pitch. Misses outside. Gets away from Lindsley behind the plate off to his right. Advancing over to third base is Quinn Cotton. 90 feet closer, and now anything that can drop in the outfield will almost surely score Quinn.
You hope if you're a Whitey fan that turns into a costly error between Lindsley and Quintal, especially in an 0-2 count as well. I understand that Righty's just trying to waste one there, see if he can get Koss to hack ugly, but to waste it that far away from Lindsley and force him to move so far left to right, it could just be a big mistake.
1-2 the count on Koss. Shortstop out of UC Irvine is behind. 1-2, swing and a liner up the middle off of Quintal. Corralled by Wenzel. There will be no play at Koss going down the first base side. Coming home to score is Quinn Cotton. And Whitey scrapes across that second run. It's now 3-2 in favor of the Harbor Hawks. And now Quintal, another meeting on the mound. That will probably be it for him. As well as a trainer coming out to look at him, he's crouched and looked like he might be in a little bit of pain.
How about Christian Koss? Back-to-back RBI singles, doing it all for the Red Sox, and both coming with 2 outs as well. And I think that was going to be the last batter no matter what for Quintal, and you hope that he's okay. He pitched a gem up until this point, and still you can make the argument that a really solid start against a Red Sox offense that's been on fire lately, but now he'll make way to the pen.
Not too many teams in general have gotten through 6 innings here at Red Wilson and allowed just 2 runs, let alone just 1 pitcher. So Quintal will exit, a new arm coming in from the Harbor Hawks bullpen as we will take a break. You're listening to Whitey Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be Zach Ashford who will pinch hit for Zach Zubia in the DH spot in the Whitey lineup, the 8-hole. And Scott Pickler's lineup today, and he will face a new arm on the mound for these Hyannis Harborhawks, the righty out of Lipscomb University. It's Kyle Kemp, a 1-1 record, a 3.37 ERA in 12 games this summer, just 10 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 10, walked 6. He enters with Christian Koss, a leadoff of first, 2 outs here in the 6th. The righty winds, fires home the first pitch to Ashford. That catches the outside corner for strike 1. Zach, the leadoff man for Whitey yesterday, was 0 for 5, a pair of strikeouts. Kemp sets the 0-1 swing and a fly ball, shallow right center field. Coming in and making the catch is Eric Rivera from his spot out and straightaway right. Koss going on the pitch, that won't matter. With Ashford flying out to end this 6th frame and keep the Hyannis lead at 1 as we head to the 7th inning here at Red Wilson. 3-2 lead for the Harborhawks over the Red Sox. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be the righty out of West Virginia, Sam Kessler, who will come in relief of Mitch Turansky, top of the 7th inning. Turansky, 2 innings, 2 hits, did not allow a run, didn't strike anyone out or walk anyone. Kessler, another all-star out of the bullpen for the Red Sox, a 2.07 ERA in 11 games this summer, 17 1/3 innings, has struck out 19, walked just 5. Remember that classic interview yesterday after the game with our own Dana Gray? It'll be the top of the order for the Harborhawks. Davis Wenzel, shortstop out of Baylor, sets to lead it off against the righty out of West Virginia, Sam Kessler. First pitch catches the strike zone for strike 1. Welcome Jacob Jordan, and will be scout liaison for the righty Red Sox onto the broadcast today.
Thanks for having me, TJ.
Yeah, great to have you on. Always a pleasure. Kessler winds the 0-1. Curveball catches the strike zone. So with this season winding down, how's it been treating you?
It's been going great. Flown by. I think you can agree. Really fast. Seems like we've only been here a week, but no, it's been all summer.
0-2 from Kessler. That misses high and outside. 1-2 the count. Yeah, flown by is exactly that. And, time's flown by since just yesterday. Why? Red Sox winning over the Firebirds as a kick, a little hesitation in a 1-2, swing and a fly ball out to deep right field. Back as Beasley comes in a few steps now and will make the catch for out number 1. here in the 7th inning. It was yesterday around the 4th inning, Whitey clinched number 1 overall seed. And, you know, I mentioned it to you, Jacob, and you put out some kind of consequences for me that, you know, disagree with, but I'll accept for now.
I would like to defend myself and point out that I had been given information that was not true by the one and only Dana Gray.
It's the one. First pitch from Kessler, a swing and a miss from the center fielder, Tommy Jew. You know, I just kind of feel like now I'm on the outside looking in of this whole world of Whitey Red Sox interns. Jew 1 for 3 today. Center fielder on a UC Santa Barbara. Swings at the 0-1. Deposits that into left field in front of Quinn Cotton for a base hit. And that'll bring up Matthew Barefoot, number 2 hitter in the Cape League. But you can justify it.
I can justify it, yes, because Dana said, we were sitting there and Dana said, oh, no, we clinched a couple of days ago. And I said, really?
So,
said,
little
yes.
context for the fans back home. Red Sox yesterday, officially points-wise, clinching the number one overall seed in the Cape League playoffs. Wareham tying. It's the first pitch to Barefoot. Misses outside, gets away from Freesia. No advancement from Jew, but you have a point?
My point being that be careful who you listen to, you know, snakes in the grass.
Yes.
Dana Gray, you know, false information. It's fake news.
Wow. Okay. Dana Gray getting put on blast here in the 7th inning. Their runner goes from first. Jew. Pitch catches the zone for a strike. Throw down to second. Will not be in time to get Jew swiping the bag at second base. That's steal number 11 on the summer. A strong throw from Freesia. Just could not catch the speedy center fielder. And now a runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks. And out here in the 7th inning. 3-2 Red Sox lead over the Harbor Hawks. Game 43 of the season. Kessler sets. Campbell backs off. Plays from his position behind second base. The 1-1 misses outside. Now this summer, you know, me and you both not up from the Northeast, right? You from Georgia, myself from the West Coast. Very long way to travel. Over here to Yarmouth, about 3,000 miles for myself, 1,000 for Jake as the wind, the 1-2 misses outside to Barefoot, 2-2 the count. It made me think about maybe traveling across the ocean over to Europe, maybe to Italy, in fact. It's perhaps spend one summer there in the future. You know what the shape of Italy is, Jake?
It's a boot. It absolutely is a boot.
Thank you for Jacob Jordan joining the broadcast today. Always love having Jake on. He's gotten better as the summer has gone along. Kessler works here in the 7th inning. One runner on, one out. Facing Matthew Barefoot. 2-2 count. Kessler will step off and look the runner back to the base. 3-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Mariners. Over the Red Sox. Kessler sets. 2-2 to Barefoot. Swing and another foul. This down the third base side. And the count stays even at 2-2. Waddell somewhat guarding the line down at third. Dashbach at first base, playing off the line. Noah Campbell at his second base position, shaded up the middle.
Here's the 2-2.
And that misses inside. Thanks for Brandon Pelter, the brief join of the broadcast. Count runs full. Sam Kessler, the West Virginia Mountaineer. And it's Matthew Barefoot who plays college ball at Campbell. Tommy Jew leads off of second. Kessler sets, payoff pitch, swing, and a fly ball. Popped up on the infield, coming in his dash box near the pitcher's mound. He's there. He'll make the catch for out number 2, a big out number 2, with Barefoot retired via the F3, and now there's 2 down for the designated hitter, Todd Lott. Lott 0 for 3, a strikeout swinging. And also grounded into a 3-6-3 double play. Back in the 5th inning. TJ Mathewson here with you from Red Wilson Field. Part 1 of a second home and home of the year between the Harbor Hawks and the Red Sox. Kessler looks back at second. First pitch to Lott. That'll catch the outside corner for strike 1. Red Sox lead the series 1-0-1. First game out in Hyannis on 4th of July, a 7-2 win. And then back here the next day on July the 5th, a 7-7 tie. It's the 1-0. Misses outside, 0-1 misses outside. 1-1 the count. Red Sox trying to keep this game within a run. Here in the 7th, Jew, a 1-out base runner. He's off of second. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a liner into left field. That gets down and towards Quinn Cotton for a base hit. Rounding the bag at third. Coming home to score is Jew. Lott will put on the brakes at first base. He'll stay right there. An RBI single with 2 outs. Drives in Tommy Jew and extends the lead to 4-2. Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox here at Red Wilson. So the inning will continue, and it'll be Seth Gray, the third baseman, 1 for 3, an RBI double. Also a pair of groundouts. Kessler sets. Here's the first pitch. Inside, gets away from Freesia. Going on the pitch was Lott. He hits the bag at second. He's going to go all the way to third. The throw to third off the bag. No chance to get Lott, who never broke his stride, coming from the second, going from first to second on the steal, and then just keeps on going after the ball gets away from Freesia and makes it all the way to third base. Kessler's had to deal with some traffic on the base paths here in the 7th inning. Red Sox now trailing by 2, the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0 the count. Sam wearing number 15 today. Usual number of 32. But today switching it up. Kessler sets the 2-0. Off-speed pitch misses low, 3-0 the count on Gray. Red Sox top spot in the Eastern Division all clinched up with 2 games remaining here in the 2018 summer. 3-0 pitch, fastball misses high and away. That'll be ball 4. The third base runner of the inning will reach against Sam Kessler. And now Pedro Pages, the first baseman, is going to get another chance to bat with 2 outs. Freesia out from behind the plate gives the signs with the runners on at first and third. As the right-handed bat of Pages will dig in. 1 for 2 today. A double, a walk, came around to score a run as well. So he'll tap his bat on home plate. Bounce the bat off of his shoulder. Kessler sets the 2-strike pitch. The 2-out pitch to Pages. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Pretty decent crowd here at Red Wilson. Fans lining the area behind home plate. Also up and down each foul line. Sprinkled in the outfield as well. Kessler sets. There goes the runner off of first. A great break and no chance for Freesia as he'll take the bag over at second base. And the count is now 1-1. Pages digs in, 17 RBIs on the summer. Looks down a couple more out on the base paths. The 1-1 misses inside. And the count now 2-1. Outfielders playing straight away. DeLuca a bit deep in center field. Kessler sets. Righty kicks 2-1. Fastball misses high, 3-1. They count on Pages. Kessler looking in at Freesia to get the sign. Righty gets it. Runners take their leads from second and third. The 3-1. Off-speed pitch misses inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks and 3 straight base runners have reached here against Sam Kessler with 2 outs. And now that will bring up Eric Rivera. Rivera out of Florida Atlantic steps in with the bases loaded. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Already a run in for the Harbor Hawks. They lead this one 4-2. Wind and the first pitch over on the inside corner for strike 1. Red Sox entering play today 26-11-5. Good for 57 points. Tied for the most in franchise history, 57 back in 2009 as well. It's the wind in the 0-1. Swing and a liner back up the middle into center field for a base hit. 1 run comes home to score. That's Lott. Streaming around third, coming home to score is Gray. He will make it without a throw. A 2-run single for Eric Rivera, his 3rd hit of the ball game. And the Harbor Hawks has added on 2 more here in the 7th inning. It's now 6-2 Hyannis. And now 4 straight base runners have reached with 2 outs against Sam Kessler. Righty out of West Virginia really struggling here in this 7th inning. Inning will continue. Batter number 8 of this frame. It'll be Taylor Garris, the second baseman. Kessler shakes off Freesia. Runners now off of first and second. Still 2 outs. Righty kicks. First pitch. This is well outside for a ball. (6-2) lead for the Harbor Hawks. Now 3 runs in here in the 7th inning. All coming against Kessler. Righty kicks. The 1-0 swing and a miss. Came up empty on that swing was Garris, and that'll even up the count at a ball and a strike. It's Pages off of second base and Rivera off of first. Wind and the 1-1 inside, and that will drill Garris right on the back. He will jog down to first base. That's now 5 straight batters that have reached with 2 outs. Against Kessler, really struggling. Here in the 7th, Scott Pickler off his bucket in front of the Red Sox dugout. So he will make a slow walk out to the mound. We'll see if he decides to make a pitching change here in the 7th. Already 3 runs in for Hyannis. 6-2, they lead. 6 runs on 11 hits. As the signal not yet been made. Pitcher walking in from the Whitey bullpen. Looks like decision has been made. A new pitcher will come in for the Red Sox as they now trail by 4 here in the 7th inning. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be Braden Fink out of the bullpen to rescue the Red Sox out of the 7th inning in relief of Sam Kessler. Only 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts. And Fink, who towed the rubber yesterday in Orleans, an inning of scoreless baseball, 2 strikeouts and a walk, will now come in for the 2nd straight game. It still enters into a bases-loaded jam against Brady Lindsley, the catcher for the Harbor Hawks. Already 3 up on the board for them here in the 7th. Wind first pitch from Fink. Fastball on the inside edge for strike 1. Over at third base, Pedro Pages, Eric Rivera off of second, Taylor Garris off of first base. Now against Fink in the game for the Red Sox. 0-1. Pitch misses inside. Evens up the count and a ball and a strike. Fink also wearing a different jersey today, wearing number 37 opposed to his normal number 25. Fink sets 1-1 pitch, off-speed pitch, called a strike on the outside corner. And Fink a strike away from getting out of trouble. Runners lead from every base. Here in the 7th inning, 6-2 lead for Hyannis. Fink drags those knuckles of the left hand down across the dirt. He comes set, gets the sign, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fink comes in and strikes out Brady Lindsley for out number 3. And his first strikeout of the evening here in the 7th inning, as that gets Sam Kessler and the Red Sox out of a bases-loaded jam. We're stretching here at Red Wilson. It's 6-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. You're listening to Windy Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 7th inning here from Red Wilson Field. 6-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. As the Red Sox trail by 4, they will send 9-1-2 to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th, starting with Luke Waddell. The Georgia Tech infielder watches the first pitch from Kyle Kemp catch the strike zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. TJ Mathewson, Dana Gray here with you on August 1st of August here on the Cape, as the next pitch misses for a ball. And the count evens at 1-1.
You had to think that the Red Sox were due for a game like this at some point down the stretch. The offense just hasn't found its groove quite yet.
Line to the 1-1, misses off the plate, 2-1 the count.
Especially considering the month of July that they had. It's not the most surprising thing in the world. You flip the calendar, and they've tanked a little bit.
Out of the windup, the 2-1 to Waddell. Swing and a foul off the third base side. This is a team that lost 4 times in the first week of the season, has lost 7 times since then. tied 5 of those games, but only lost 7 times in, I think, 6 weeks. That's a pretty good ratio. Here's the wind, the 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Waddell down chasing and a fastball high and out of the strike zone for strike number 3. That'll flip the lineup over. Now Johnny DeLuca will come to the plate.
And, I mean, you mentioned the ties, and it's crazy to think that even if the Red Sox had won 3 of those, they'd still have more points than they do right now.
So here steps DeLuca, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. Acing Kemp. First pitch to DeLuca misses off the plate. I was doing that math the other day. It just shows you how far out in front these Red Sox are. It's the wind and the 1-0 to DeLuca. That misses outside. 2-0 the count. You know, math courses at Arizona State, not the greatest, but allows me to be able to do that.
How many math classes have you taken in college?
I have taken 2. It's the wind and the 2-0 misses high. I mean, I've only required, I took a class, Math 142, first semester freshman year. And then the next semester, just a statistics class. And then, unless I choose an elective, I should be good. No calculus. Out of the wind, the 3-0 to DeLuca. Off the plate, ball 4. Johnny tosses the bat aside. He'll take his free pass over at first base. And a runner on for Brad Beasley. Dana, how is it at Syracuse?
Oh, that's 2 more math classes than I've taken. Well, I guess I should finish that sentence. It's 2 more math classes than I've completed. I tried taking a stats class. I think it was my freshman spring. Let's just say that my GPA wouldn't have really appreciated if I hung around for the full semester.
Managed to get that ad drop date
yeah,
in time?
That was big time. I think it was last day.
Wind and the first pitch to Beasley misses off the plate 1-0.
Math has just never been my thing. I get scared of it sometimes. Like in high school, I'd freak out on the day of tests. It's something for some people and a whole nother thing for others.
So then with a game like baseball with so many different numbers as Kemp comes set, here's the 1-0 to Beasley. Swing and a grounder to the left side. Overs the third baseman. Gray flips to second for 1. Return throw to first. Not in time. Beasley able to hustle it out and just make it a fielder's choice. But DeLuca erased at second base. A 5-4 fielder's choice. Beasley replaces DeLuca at first, and that'll bring up Noah Campbell. But with a game like baseball with so many numbers, how do you deal with it?
Well, I could do like simple adding, subtracting, dividing, those sorts of things. But it's once you start getting into variables and equations and stuff like that, I mean, I can't keep up. I get overwhelmed.
It's like looking at a Major League Baseball player's fan graphs page.
Yeah, that's past my threshold for sure.
Wind in the first pitch. Curveball catches the outside corner. I mean, I get lost. I know maybe a fourth of those numbers. Maybe. They don't have anything like that. Point streaks isn't quite that complicated. No. Here's the wind in the 0-1 to Campbell. Swing and a foul, third base side. Counts 0-2. Just the amount of stats you see nowadays for Major League Baseball. It's really out of this world. Especially
with the TrackMan stuff they've got here as well. All the velos, distance. I mean, it's turning into a really stats-based game.
2 outs for the Red Sox. 0-2 count on Noah Campbell. Runner Beasley leads off of first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Campbell down on strikes for the second straight at bat as the Red Sox strand another runner on the base paths. This one in the 7th inning as we will head to the 8th. Red Sox trailing 6-2 against the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the order coming to the plate for the Harbor Hawks against Braden Fink, who came in to put out the fire set by Sam Kessler. In the top of the 7th inning, the lefty out of Oklahoma will face Davis Wenzel, Tommy Jew, Matthew Barefoot. Top 3 in the Hyannis order. Set to come to the plate. It'll be Wenzel, 0 for 4 today. Strikeout, a pair of flyouts, and a ground out. Line to the first pitch, popped up on the infield. Andrew Dashbach in his position at first base, called off by Noah Campbell. He's there. He'll make the catch right near the first base bag for out number 1.
Fink's been so reliable all season long, and as most of these relievers have for the Red Sox. I mean, any guy that's getting repeated innings seems to be repeatedly performing. It's been pretty cool to see.
So now it's going to be Tommy Jew, the center fielder, came across to score the first of 3 runs in the Hyannis 7th inning. Really extended their lead up to 6-2, and it stands right now. First pitch from Fink catches the strike zone at the knees. So, Dana, this is now your second almost full summer with the Red Sox.
I know, man. It's crazy.
What really has been the Fink sets 0-1 pitch, catches the inside corner, 0-2 the count. What's kind of been the biggest thing you've been able to take away from this experience here in Yarmouth?
I think just how great a community all of Cape Cod is, and how spectacular this entire league is when everyone comes together. I mean, it's all nonprofit, everyone just, giving their time.
Here's the 0-2 from Fink. Swing and a liner out towards left field. Coming in is Quinn Cotton. He makes the catch right at belt level for out number 2. Looked like that had a chance to drop in, but Quinn Cotton said no, and came in to make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Matthew Barefoot. My first summer here. And on the other coast from where I'm used to frequenting up in Seattle and down in Phoenix, out here in Cape Cod, a long way from home, but I've really realized that such a community effort for all these players to be able to perform in front of Major League scouts. First pitch from Fink to Barefoot, misses low for a ball.
And, people talk about how the Cape League has changed over the past few decades, and certainly has for a lot of different reasons with the scouts and the way that talent is noticed at younger levels.
Fink kicks the leg up, the 1-0, misses low, 2-0 the count.
But something that will never change is that, that community feeling around the ballpark and the collective goal of everyone just trying to get better, whether it's interns, players, fans have the enjoyment of it, trying to build up these organizations as much as possible.
It's the 2-0 from Fink, swinging and a grounder foul down the third base side. Now, you growing up in Boston,
yeah.
Did you have an idea that you might want to work with the Cape League growing up?
I didn't really even think about getting to do sports broadcasting as any sort of career or going to school for it until, the later stages of high school. So I never really thought about working on it. But, actually getting to come down here as a kid and watching the talent go through the ranks, it's pretty spectacular to be right up here with the players that are going to be in the bigs someday. I mean, that is just for certain. From a numbers standpoint, there are a handful of these guys that are going to be playing in Major League ballparks, and it is a pretty cool feeling. And I've always just loved Cape Cod, and coming down and vacationing here with, family or visiting friends, or even just coming for a day. It really is kind of an escape and a getaway for a lot of New Englanders to. You just go down to the Cape for the weekend, and while the traffic may suck getting down here on Friday and leaving on Sundays, it's all worth it. It's a pretty spectacular place that's hard to fully describe until you just come down and experience it.
Barefoot walking off a foul tip that he had off, it looked like his left foot. Count 2-1 at a left fielder from Campbell. And it's, for me, first time coming here. I mentioned earlier on the broadcast of the trees, kind of like going into the jungle, the 2-lane highways. Mentioned traffic, indeed, very bad. Me growing up, not really a huge college baseball guy. I had no idea such summer leagues existed. I was kind of a straight Major League Baseball guy until I get to college at Arizona State, a famed baseball program there, before I really got into it. It's the 2-1 from Fink. Swing and a liner out to left center. That drops in for a base hit. Corralled by Cotton. Barefoot. Well, a slow jog to first base. See if that foul tip off of his foot affects him very much as he checks in with his second base hit of the ball game. And now it's going to be Todd Lott. So me being the Pacific Northwest, it's the league out there that really, the Summer Collegiate League that reigns supreme, the West Coast League. Probably the closest team to the downtown Seattle area would be the Bellingham Bells up near the border of Canada, about 2 hours north. As Fink winds the first pitch, that misses inside for ball one. Of course, not quite the talent that comes here, but a lot of these guys, most notably Adam Kerner, got to play in the West Coast League last year. See, unlike the Cape, as Fink comes set at the belt, looks over at first, the 1-0. Swing and a miss from Lott, evens up the count at 1-1. A league like the West Coast League allows players to, in between their senior year of high school and freshman year of college, allows them to go play there. So Matt McGill, the commit to UCLA, drafted in the first round, is actually out there playing as the 1-1 swung on and missed by Lott. And the count 1-2. He's in fact playing with the Bellingham Bells, having a first-round MLB talent playing on your summer league team. But leagues up and down across the country, from all the way up in the northwest corner of Alaska, all the way down through the country, Washington, California. You got the NECBL, I believe, New England Collegiate Baseball League. You have the Hamptons Baseball League. You have the Cal Ripken League. You have the Cape League. You have leagues through Florida too. It's really quite a thing. 1-2, swing and a grounder to the right side, right at Noah Campbell. He'll field, throw on over to first, and that will be in time to retire Todd Lott. A fielder's choice. 4-3 ends the Hyannis inning here in the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th here from Red Wilson. It's 6-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning here from Red Wilson. 6-2 lead for the visiting Hyannis Harbor Hawks. So it will be 4, 5, and 6 due up in the Red Sox lineup, starting with the Stanford Cardinal, Andrew Dashbach. 1 for 3 day for him. He's also scored a run. That single run scored came in the 4th inning. So he'll step to the plate. Red Sox trailing by 4, just 6 outs to go. Game 43 of the season. TJ Matthews and Dana Gray here with you. Wind to the first pitch, a rocket foul down the third base side. That'll play its 0-1 on Dash. Red Sox first place in the East, all locked up. 26-11-5 with 57 points. Ties a franchise record for points in a season. And Hyannis second place in the West, trailing the Wareham Gatemen by a point, with still a game this one and 1 to go. It's the 0-1 catches the outside corner for strike 1. The West, with 2 games left, all the seedings are still up in the air. 4 points separate 1 to 4. Wind in the 0-2 swing and a pop-up on the infield right behind home plate. There is Brady Lindsley off with the mask, makes the catch right out near the circle, chalk circle behind the plate for out number 1.
I'll tell you what, TJ, there's been obviously a good pace for the Red Sox over the last few weeks, but there's been a couple of guys that have not performed in ways that we saw earlier on in the season. Guys like Cotton and Dashbach a bit that have dropped off their normal pace, and yeah, we were kind of lucky we got to see him at that.
Line in the first pitch to Freesia misses high, but let me present it to you this way. You have guys that started off really strong, or started off really poor, Nick Quintana, and is now bringing that batting average up. The power numbers are coming as the 1-0 misses outside to Freesia 2-0. And now it's kind of starting to look, like he's having a really solid year, which he is, in fact. He's had a fantastic July out here on the Cape as the wind to the 2-0 to Freesia bends him back, misses inside with a fastball. It's 3-0, and at the end of the year, the numbers, somewhat look the same. So it just really doesn't matter how you get there. It just depends on, I guess, who it is. Always love to see those fast starts, though. 3-0 misses off the plate away for ball 4. So Vito Freesia will reach for the third time today. 2 hits and a walk for the catcher out of Hofstra. So now Quinn Cotton will step to the plate with an out. He doubled, came around to scores last time.
And that's why these last 2 games are great for the Red Sox, the position that they are, that you can kind of go at them with a little less pressure. You're just trying to get your swing ready for the playoffs and save some energy. Make sure you're performing this weekend.
Line in the first pitch from Kemp to Quinn Cotton misses off the plate. 1-0 the count. And you know what this also allows you to do is line up your pitching that you want for the playoff series. With bullpen days the past 2, might see something the same tomorrow. Line to the 1-0 to Cotton misses off the plate. It's 2-0.
And then, of course, got that nice off day Friday. That'll be big to let everyone just recharge a bit and refocus before Saturday.
It makes you think about teams like Brewster and Orleans fighting for a spot, and if they're really going for it, pitching their best arms as the 2-0 looped out into right field. Back is the right fielder Rivera. He makes the catch head high for out number 2. Cotton is retired. He is now 1 for 4 on the day. That'll bring up Christian Koss and his orange bat. But a couple of teams we were talking about it off the air, they might, if they're really trying for it, burn through their best arms last day of the season and try and get a win.
Yeah, because you've got Brewster just going final with a victory. So that means Orleans has to win tonight and tomorrow if they want that top spot.
And they'd need Brewster to fall to the Harwich Mariners tomorrow as well. First pitch to Christian Koss called a strike. Brewster, an 11-8 win over the Harwich Mariners. Mariners stormed all the way back in that game to come to with as close as 2, but unable to get on top as the 1-0 dribbled out to shortstop. Wenzel Fields goes the short way to second to retire Freesia, and that will be in time to set down the Red Sox here in the 8th inning. We head to the 9th here from Red Wilson. 6-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. Top of the ninth here from Red Wilson. 6-2 lead for the visiting Harborhawks. Braden Fink out to start this ninth inning for the Red Sox. He's pitched an inning and a third so far, and Matt Dyer now into the game behind the plate for Vito Freesia, as it's going to be Seth Gray, the third baseman, who's going to lead it off. 5, 6, and 7 in the Harborhawks order, facing the lefty out Oklahoma, Braden Fink. First pitch, swing and a miss. Just a fastball right on that inside edge. It's 0-1. No other defensive changes for the Red Sox. Frank with that sort of Craig Kimbrell-esque stare into the catcher, sets the 0-1 dribble to the right side of the infield off the first base bag as Andrew Dashbach, an underhand flipped over to first base. Fink runs to the spot, makes the catch for out number 1. That kind of a timing thing right there. Dash kind of just tossing the ball back to where the bag is, and Fink runs and just snags it right out of the air.
It's like a quarterback just giving out a little seam route or something. You throw it where he's going to get to. That was a nice job by Fink in athletic play to do it all in one motion.
What maybe you New Englanders call like a Brady to James White, possibly?
Brady to James White, Brady to Edelman, any of those work.
One down here in the ninth for the Harborhawks. Here's Pedro Pages against Fink. First pitch, swinging, pops one up foul, first base side. Training camp getting underway for plenty of NFL teams, so that, I guess, comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
With that football play.
Can't wait.
Fink drags the knuckles, gets his sign. Here's the wind, the 0-1 to Pages. Check swing, fastball misses inside. It's 1-1 the count. Of course, me not a huge fan of the Patriots, being from the Pacific Northwest.
I can understand why. I don't blame you for that one. Not many people do like us Pats fans.
Wind, the 1-1 from Fink. Fastball tails high and outside. It's 2-1. Very heartbreaking end to the 2014 season. But
they made
trying
up
to move
for
on
it.
from that.
Yep.
2-1 the count on Pages. And it's Braden Fink, the 2-1 from the lefty. It's over for a strike, evens up the count at 2-2.
Hey, I can relate. This last Super Bowl still gives me nightmares here and there.
Nick Foles slicing and dicing.
Yeah. That's
Patriots
enough.
defense.
Yeah, that's enough. More than enough.
Up and down the field. 2-2 the count on Pedro Pages here in the ninth inning. Fink along looking at Matt Dyer. Time is called. Foles went to the same school as catcher for the Red Sox, Matt Dyer, University of Arizona. Sat on the bench a few years, got a shot in the Super Bowl. It paid off, 2-2. That misses inside, full count. Now to Pages. On deck is Eric Rivera, the right fielder. Most of the crowd has stuck around here at Red Wilson. Fink sets. Again on the bump. The lefty kicks the leg up. The 3-2 swing and a liner right back up the middle. That drops into center field for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Pedro Pages, and his fourth time reaching base. 2 walks, 2 base hits, and a strikeout for the big first baseman today. And that will bring up Rivera.
It's pretty rare that you see the Red Sox pitching staff give up more than 10 hits. That number 13 for Hyannis after just giving up 3 yesterday to the Firebirds. No runs, giving up 6 runs here today. And not a great start to this home-and-home series against the Harborhawks, that's for sure.
Well, they fell behind big against the Harborhawks the first time here at Red Wilson. Was able to come back and tie that ball game. Fink kicks the leg. First pitch to Rivera. Fastball zips on the outside corner. With this game even really having no meaning for the Red Sox seeding-wise and overall in the playoffs, still got Ryan Nelson up and warming in the Whitey bullpen. Closed out last night's ball game against the Firebirds. 0-1. Pitch catches the outside corner quickly. Fink ahead of Rivera 0-2. Quinn Cotton shading over towards left center field. Ball get down into that left field corner. Cotton, a lot of ground to cover. Fink sets, Pages off of first. 0-2, misses inside, gets away from Dyer. Advancing all the way to second base is Pages. On the wild pitch from Fink. One buried in the dirt. Dyer not able to keep that one in front of him. Now a runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks. They've really had a lot of traffic on the base paths today.
They sure have. They've ever since that first inning, they really jumped out in front of this ball game and kind of took it by the collar, and they haven't looked back.
Here's the 1-2 from Fink. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Rivera chases after a fastball in the outside corner. Just a weak wave at it for strike three. That's strikeout number 2 on the evening for Braden Fink. Now through an inning and 2/3. Or pardon, in 2 full innings now. And that will bring up Taylor Garris, the second baseman.
It's a nice fastball from Fink, challenging Rivera in a count that he was ahead of, just to go right after him and place it high and away. It's tempting as a hitter.
So now 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And here's Garris. First pitch fastball misses outside. Some other scores from around the Cape. Of course, the final, Brewster and Harwich, then at Stony Brook Field. Brewster, a big win for them. So they stay in that 4 spot in the Eastern Division. Out down in Falmouth, Commodores 4-2 lead over the Katuitt Cavaliers as 1-0 catches the strike zone. Evens up the count at 1-1. Over at Spillane Field, a 2-0 lead for the Wareham Gatemen over the Bourne Braves. That game in the top of the 3rd, and then top of the 1st at Veterans Field, a quick 3-0 lead for Orleans over Chatham. That one a game to look after as the 1-1 swung on and missed by Garris, and he is now behind 1-2 to Fink. Orleans with a loss today, eliminated from playoff contention. This game tonight over at Veterans Field for their season. Fink sets. Here's the 1-2 from the lefty. Fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner for strikeout number 3 for Braden Fink as he gets out of the 9th inning and strands Pedro Pages over at second base. So we head to the 9th inning here at Red Wilson. 6-2 lead for the Harbor Hawks over the Red Sox. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Last licks for the Red Sox, bottom of the 9th inning. Here at Red Wilson Field, they're going to start it off with Zach Ashford. And then it looks like it'll be Nick Quintana on deck. Then top of the lineup, Johnny DeLuca. He's in the hole, and they're going to have to face a tough task. 9 saves for Dylan Thomas, the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. 3-0 record, a 1.24 ERA in 16 games this summer. Mentioned the 9 saves in 21 2/3. He has struck out 32 batters and walked just 2. So the righty out of the windup. Rainbow Warrior fires the first pitch to Ashford. Curveball catches the strike zone for strike 1. I'm sure we've already touched on this, Dana, but Hawaii a very long way away from where we are in Yarmouth. It's the wind to the 0-1, grounded out toward shortstop. Wenzel Fields coming in, a running throw over to first, won't be in time to get Ashford. Leadoff base runner reaches via the infield single for Zach Ashford, his first hit of the ball game. And that will bring up Nick Quintana to hit for Luke Waddell.
And even though the Red Sox don't have much to play for here today, you want to send some sort of message heading into the ballgame tomorrow against this same Harbor Hawks team that they're not going to go quietly.
So now Nick Quintana will step in. What a July he has had. Average over 300. He's hit all of his home runs in this month. He's tied for the team lead with 5. As the Wildcat steps in against Dylan Thomas. Quickly back in the stretch. First pitch, a swing and a miss for Quintana. For strike 1, 0-1. The count on Nick. Second on the team to Noah Campbell, who has 6 homers. Ashford his lead off of first base. Wind and the 0-1 swing and a miss. For Quintana, it's going. Thomas looking in at Brady Lindsley doing the catching, giving the signs for Thomas. Kicks the 0-2. Strike 3 called. 1, 2, 3. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3 on Nick Quintana as he is set down on 3 pitches for the first out here in the 9th. And that will bring up Johnny DeLuca. Still batting from the left side. Switch hitter out of Oregon. Thomas now with an out. Double play ball away from getting out of this 9th inning. Secure the win for the Harbor Hawks. Bounces the first pitch to DeLuca for ball 1. Ashford takes his lead off of first base again. Game 43 of the Cape League Summer here in Yarmouth. Thomas sets the 1-0. That catches the outside corner, evens up the count at a ball and a strike.
And you can tell why we start these games in August a little bit earlier. I mean, it's not even 7:30 yet, and darkness is falling.
1-1 from Thomas. Swing and a miss from DeLuca. Comes up empty on a hack there. And the count now 1-2. Especially a field here at Red Wilson, no lights. And that has caused the Red Sox, for some part, have 5 ties. Thomas kicks the 1-1 swing and a fly ball out shallow left field towards the line. Out is the third baseman, Seth Gray, in foul territory. He's there and he'll make the catch for out number 2 here in the 9th. Red Sox down to their last out, and they'll send Brad Beasley to the plate and try and keep this game going.
That was a nice job by Gray to track that one all the way into foul territory, especially with not a lot of light to deal with here and a high pop-up. That's a big play, backpedaling.
So Beasley will now come to the plate. 1 for 3 day for the Cal Poly product. Also reached on a hit by pitch. Thomas sets. Righty kicks the leg up. The first pitch, a cut and a miss from Beasley. Right over the top of an off-speed pitch. And the count's 0-1. Thomas, golden locks of hair flowing out of the back of his hat. Sets on the rubber, the 1-0. Or the 0-1, pardon, misses outside, evens up the count at a ball and a strike. On Nick Quintana, on Brad Beasley. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Hyannis a 6-2 lead over the Red Sox. Thomas sets at the belt. 1-1 pitch. Fastball clips the outside edge. 1-2 on Beasley. Red Sox down to their last strike. Thomas already a strikeout in the inning. He's got 33 on the summer. He sets. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses off the plate. 2-2 that count on Beasley. This not a save situation. The 4-run lead for the Harbor Hawks. With Thomas looking to close out another game. Here's the 2-2 from the righty. Swing and a fly ball out to right field. Right in the tracks of Eric Rivera. He comes in a few steps. He's there, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. The final here from Red Wilson, 6-2. Hyannis comes to Red Wilson and defeats the Red Sox by the score of 6-2, and only the 5th time all season that YD has fallen here at home, and for the most part, it was just the Hyannis offense jumping over the YD bullpen, who was tasked with covering the whole game today.
Right. I mean, we saw it yesterday. It worked out really well for the Red Sox, going with a bunch of different pitchers and, no real starter. But today, I think the Red Sox just got a little tired, especially pitching-wise, and you saw it through some of the arms, guys having to go back-to-back days, and a guy like Braden Fink who came in and gave you solid innings of relief, but you can only expect so much when you're using so many different guys and not relying on one starting pitcher.
So the totals for Hyannis, 6 runs on 13 base hits, no errors, and for the Red Sox, 2 runs on 9 hits and 3 errors. For the Red Sox, they'll now drop to 26-12-5 on the season. Harbor Hawks add to their win streak. It's now 3 in a row for them as they improve to 24-16-3. Game 2 of this home and the final series, the final game of this 2018 regular season will take place at McKeon Park tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. First pitch be on the air at around 5:45 for first pitch from Hyannis. For my broadcast partner, Dana Gray, I'm TJ Mathewson. We thank you so much for listening to Red Sox Baseball here in Yarmouth. Final score one last time from Red Wilson. Hyannis 6, Red Sox 2. See you at 5:45 tomorrow.